to Dark Heresy. It's another
That's
session
fine.
here. Does anyone remember what happened last session?
Yes,
We lived.
There was some weird sort of mutant cleansing cult ritual thing in the empty rooms next to us in the hostelarium.
Mm-hmm.
I don't forget what it's called. That's what I'm calling it now.
It's a cool word.
And yeah, there was, they seem to have been sort of convinced to try and physically remove their mutations in order to save their immortal souls.
Lovely, okay.
And Merlin said something racist.
You got insanity, and you got insanity, and you got insanity.
Yeah, because the soul seems pretty horrific. But the person that was orchestrating it has got away.
Somehow.
But I still think we need to put this on the back burner and get onto the leads for the main inquiry.
So, just very quickly, some other stuff happened. So obviously, you guys ate the soup. That was definitely good for you. Because no one passed.
Definitely not people.
Hey, we felt better.
Yeah, you felt better.
Yeah, you're going to get prion disease, mate.
So investigation was done
Lupus.
behind
It's
the
never
receptionist's desk. There was a door that was found, a hidden door hidden behind the elevator. Somebody saw on floor 3 that other people were murdered or mutilated or something happened to them. That was you. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, and then you spent a lot of time in your room and dealing with the gore factor that was next door.
Yeah.
So,
I have no idea what you're about.
I know we did an autopsy in the
I
bath.
spent my time having a mental breakdown.
that's true. You did also have an autopsy in the bath.
Yes.
Yes, where I expertly removed the EMP.
With the expert surgery autopsy. So what was the last thing that we were off is everybody's in the room, and you have just finished doing got the device. Who has the device?
The device has been
Okay.
had the triggers disabled for it, so that we can't trigger it, and it can't be voice triggered either because he figured out that it could be
Yeah.
voice triggered. So
Yeah,
we turned that shit off.
Yeah, I'm
So
going
the
to
actual
assume.
device, so like the main part which had the fuel component in, has been taken out, and Xerxes has got it, and then you've just got like a bit of wires and bits like the motherboard and shit in it. I don't know much.
I mean, I'm keeping those. No e-waste from me.
You're gonna have to take a lot more time to get it all out, but you've
That's
got
fine.
the main component out
That's
already.
fine. I don't mind taking my time.
Okay.
No e-waste.
Yeah, so then, I asked the questions, and then I think, but Jeremy was suggesting we should really go to
Why,
sleep,
so you have to
so that way we can wake up being refreshed.
But we should
By the way.
also stay in the same room because weird shit's going on.
So is that the last point you got to? You guys are gonna get some rest
Yes.
in shifts.
We have to decide what we're doing in the morning.
Which room are we staying in?
Probably one of the ones that's not as bloody as this one currently is.
And sick.
But, yeah, that too. But we will probably also put the remains of the body in the bathtub back in the other room so that it's just kind of in the...
Blood room.
Yeah.
The red room.
But
Well,
yeah,
because
just
presumably someone
one
will
of the
come
other
and clean
rooms.
Well, no, I mean, clear out the corpses. They've done this before,
Yeah. But, yeah.
assuming they've done it here before.
But yeah, but I reckon we'll stay in one of the not this room rooms.
So the choices of rooms you've got is, I believe that you are sharing a room with Andronich,
Yep.
and you two are sharing a room. So you can either go from Xerxes and Heresy's room. You can go right, which was where your room was closest to the elevator, or you can go left to where your guys' room, which was the closest.
Let's go
to the
the one
end of the
closer to
corridor.
the elevator, I think. Because I also found lots of blood stains and shit fairly well covered under my bed. Because we can talk fairly freely here, can't we?
The light isn't on.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the other problem. This is the only room that's been hooked up with that.
Yeah, but if we're just
I'm
sleeping
sure
and not
doing
talking,
it a second time will be easier.
and if we're sleeping and not talking about what's going on, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Either way,
Unless it's sleep talk.
checked under the bed in our room, and there was clear signs of a well cleaned up, but still cleaned up body. Blood stains not well hidden and such. Well, actually well hidden, but not well hidden. We also discovered something weird about some of the rooms past the elevator. There's no stairs. We have to use the elevator, except for a door that is covered by a camera that says stairs, but we're not quite sure what's past it because it is locked. There's also several rooms with all the same number, was it? Yeah, all the same number, which was 7, 6...
All one row is the same number.
I've actually got the number.
Is
But-
it 764 or something?
I think it was 767, I think. I know I quick grab by the fucking thing, but we also discovered that the keys for every single floor of the same number are also missing.
Which number's missing on each floor?
Just finding the thing. I think it's something like 67. I may have to get back to you on an outer character note in a second. I found the fucking notes. But yeah, it's basically floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the same corresponding key. There's no hook for the key or number for the key. Just a line missing. All the other keys are there, but that one's missing. We also found a seriously heavy-duty metal door. Like, you'd probably need a melter bomb to get through it type door. And then on the other side, we found no doors, and you realised that it had been like wallpapered or plastered over or
All
something?
the doors are covered.
Yeah. So it's like they've hidden the doors on that side on purpose. So
Were there any cameras in that corridor?
Not that I can see.
yeah, we couldn't see any We couldn't see any cameras in the corridor, just covering the door that said stairs on it.
Okay, so we could have a look at removing the wallpaper to see if we can get into the rooms that have been covered over.
Potentially.
I said you guys have been awake currently for 20 straight
I
hours.
still think we shouldn't get too. We shouldn't get too wrapped up. What's going on in here? We've got to keep
I
our
think
eyes on the
here-
wider mission.
I think here is also part of that mission. I am 90% sure at least one of the squads that came before us died here.
Oh yeah, but we still need to follow up other leads before we lose those leads.
Yes, that's why I think
Yeah.
you and Gab,
I think you code names for each other. I don't know if you're going to use them or your real names while you're down here.
Gabriel
Yeah.
would be best going out to get the outside scoop while the rest of us stayed here.
Yeah, no one goes alone.
76 on each
No,
floor.
shall I say?
76.
76 on each floor.
Oh, that's close.
Okay.
Said 67.
Right. So we go out in the morning and
Yeah.
confront the sister.
And then if we can, have a peek around the workers' union.
Are we gonna go with our initial plan of being debt collectors?
I think that's a good start.
Because going up and questioning her and actually asking questions, she might clam up, but better to get her to say something. She might say something like, "Oh, I thought he paid them off," or there's we'll glean things from that.
Or call us out if she
Okay,
knows
so-
enough.
Let's carry on talking about this in the morning. Which room are we going to? Are we going to...
Sounds things our room, closest to the elevator.
Okay, then let's go.
So, are you moving the body that's in this room?
Yeah, biffing the body back into the room full of corpses.
Okay, that's fine.
Wrap it up in one of the filthy blue duvets.
So, for previous ones, I've lost people's names. Hang on, yeah. So, Alice and Harris and Andronich, you can pick up this body and move it. You three, because you failed the insanity check last time, would have to roll willpower to go, because it's now mutilated, to pick up this body.
Yeah.
What if I did mutilating?
It's technically you just pulled part out, but now it's just this mutilated, congealed body.
You're having to clean up your mess now.
So you can roll to do it,
You're
but the
stronger
other
than
guys
me,
can pick
so
it up.
I'm happy to just assist you.
I'm strongish.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You try to pick up, basically your hands are slick with blood and
Yeah.
you just can't get a grip. You're like, ugh! And you basically smack their heads
Almost
against
smack
them.
someone in the face.
Nice.
Or something.
I pass willpower to go and go. Fine.
Okay, and you roll me a strength check, please.
I was going to say, if
I
you
will-
need help,
I
then
will
I will try, but otherwise
Do you
I'm
have
not.
athletics?
I don't.
No, so it's just
no.
strength. Okay, you try, you've got the
Yeah.
same problem, it's just blood everywhere.
Oh, damn it.
No, it's bits falling off.
Hang on, let me willpower first.
Dead weight.
Yes.
As you're
I pass.
willpowering, I fail strength by 5 points.
So, I don't say anything, I just approach the body. I'm going to use my athletics.
If people are trying to help,
not
then I
athletics,
manage
strength.
it. But
Yeah, athletics is strength.
Put it on a sheet and drag it.
I
I failed willpower.
No.
Again,
3 points.
just to go step back a second, if anyone was helping me, that was a pass.
I am helping
Yes,
you.
we're all helping.
You
Oh, okay.
can't help a characteristics test.
Mm.
It has to be
No,
an
you-
actual skill test.
Doing strength.
You can't help with a characteristic test.
But
So for
we did
flat
last
strength,
time.
a flat strength test,
If we're all trying to lift up the same thing.
you can't help with a skill check. A skill check you can help with as long as you have the same
But
skill.
I helped with the strength check last time.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
'cause
found
you-
that rules isn't right, and it's
Oh.
for characteristic tests. It's for skill tests. If someone has the skill.
Okay, well, partly for the interest of us not all fucking rolling failures repeatedly.
Fine.
If anyone else has athletics, I've got athletics.
Oh,
So
and I passed my willpower. So
yeah, so if he's got athletics and is able to help, then
If
it
it
just
didn't work, I was just going to turn around and go, we could just cut the body up and have it easily pass, and you know.
And flush it.
that would take
Easily.
yeah, also even I know that would take a lot of time.
Hello.
Yeah.
Really easy. I don't imagine that these toilets are. any
Or
Mm-hmm.
it's basically
Hang on.
you can do it with time, which is what you are doing.
That's what I
So
thought.
you're taking time
Okay.
to the roll of the task if you
Bits
take
and
time
moving
to do it.
next door.
Oh,
Not like a long amount of time, so.
Again though, if he was providing assistance with an
Yeah.
athletics check, it's
Yeah.
done.
I would have gone
It's
up.
done.
Go on, I can't fucking pick it up. and then you go here. I'll get this end. You get that end.
Yeah,
All right.
effectively.
So when you put it in the other room, are you literally just going to dump it anywhere?
Pretty much, yeah. Make sure that like the clothes are pretty much still on it.
Oh yeah.
Make
I'm
it
largely going to
look-
not pay attention as to what
I'm
else
gonna-
is in the room, just to be sure. Just like,
No.
I'm going to walk in, and as they're about to put it down, I go, put it where you found it.
Oh, yeah, alright.
If there was someone in here, he'd know where they were. If he comes back to clean them up and see it's gone,
Yeah,
put
but
it where you found it.
I also think he'll notice the severely mutilated body that wasn't mutilated beforehand, so in that regard, it's probably not a massive issue. Either way, still leave it in the same place.
Although, didn't you say he was alive when you found him?
Yeah.
Barely.
He may have tried to crawl out. If he's not in the exact same place.
That was fun.
yeah.
Then let's get some sleep.
Yeah.
So how are you doing your sleeping plans? Because you can either have 3 awake, 3 sleeping, 4 sleeping, 2 awake. You said because you guys said you do things.
Well, I'm going to vote that I stay up because I can't sleep. Yes, I can't sleep at the moment. Because after the shock I would have had, I don't think I'll be able to get into sleep. Sleep quickly.
I was actually going to suggest you two sleeping first, because you two are going to go off and do something together, at which point then you guys can stay awake while the rest of us sleep. And as we're getting up, you guys can
Get off.
off and ski fuck.
So
At which
keep the
point
notes. I can't
we'll-
remember what our-
Which one?
we'll
I can't
deal with
remember
our
what
side of things.
outfit was meant to be.
Oh, okay.
Or our mercenary outfit.
Alright, I'll try.
That was it.
Yeah, you should be alright.
The code master say, yeah.
Thanks, what's
It's
it?
probably going to be more mentally tired than you think you are after the stressful.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here, have some Obscura.
Yeah, wake up in the morning and just not like.
Tomorrow, everyone.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
there
you
we
two
go,
are
the
going
high
to sleep
drive effect.
first.
Yep.
Are we going to do 2 awake, 4 asleep? 3 and 3?
Yeah.
To be fair, someone else getting their head down at the very least is probably a good idea. But I reckon we could probably get away with only 2 people watching. So,
Waiting.
I'll stay up.
who's percent?
I'll stay up.
Yeah, might be a good idea for you to stay up since you're perceptive as well.
Who can see? I put on my glasses this
Wouldn't
morning.
it be better for you to go to sleep and me to stay awake, and then we have someone who is perceptive on each shift?
I think he's perceptive.
I'm
remember
fairly
right.
perceptive.
Good. At least one of us.
I'm 40 perceptive.
44%. I'm 41%.
No, not.
But I have perception.
So
I am
like,
41 perceptive.
I was.
So let's see.
Aware.
With the
I'm
negatives, I am 17 perceptive.
Flux.
Wow.
With the negatives, I am 14 perceptive.
Oh.
Ooh, a bee.
I'm super.
I don't want to
You think I'd see a bee?
I think you'd be trying to concentrate on something and then just, ooh.
Wait, does that stain on the floor look like something? No, it is my foot.
Yes, that is the mark of corn.
Is that stain moving?
So the perceptive people are
It's a little
this side,
cockroaches.
and the oblivious are that side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
So we should just pair up.
Yeah.
You know, one perceptive person to one not perceptive
To one
person.
blindo.
Well, you know.
Which is pretty much how we had it.
Yeah.
Actually,
Those
two birds have
two,
been
those two, and us two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 birds have been unperceptive and wearing glasses.
Ah. Who said that?
I wear glasses for work.
Wrong side again.
What?
Now listen up, Four Eyes.
Fuck you.
Anyway, who's sleeping?
Me.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're sleeping and whoever else.
I'll stay awake.
You've got you all paranoid.
You sleeping?
Sure.
There we go.
I haven't done. I'm literally reading the book and said nothing for ages. So yeah, go.
So we go to sleep. It's now morning. Oh.
So me and Leary are staying awake.
Right.
Everyone else is sleeping.
I'll get you awake. Let's go.
What time are we planning on waking up, by the
First
way?
thing. I mean,
So is it 6?
as soon as the morning shift goes in, yeah,
8 a.m. is when the night cycle ends.
Oh, okay.
and we'll blend in with the shift going in.
You got 2 beds, 2 of you are sharing a bed each.
Yeah, top and tail.
Yeah. It's fine.
So when are we waking them up?
How long will we up until?
Yeah,
7 hours.
3.5, 3.5. Cool.
Okay. And you go to sleep.
Go.
Bring back your fatigue. It's all gone. You can heal 1 hit point. Just rest.
Woo, I'm full already.
I know. Not many. Just wait.
You get back 1 hit point, and then
You
take
die.
6 points of damage as you've just been stabbed.
Take 6 points of damage as the food in your stomach is eating you from the inside.
Shit, it's too late to do one thing
Right,
for
you
it.
read my notes.
I have a life growing inside of me. It's a colony of roundworm.
I suppose it's better than a colony of fucking Tyranids.
In your tum tum.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
I mean,
It
at
would.
least the colony of Tyranids wouldn't last very long because they'd eat you from the inside out in a matter of minutes.
Yep.
Is it too late to have done something before I went to bed?
Oh, I've got really bad indigestion.
Hmm?
Is it too late to have done something before I went to bed?
Yes, sadly so. Sorry.
Why do I have a couple of days?
Again, we're just sleeping at this point. So.
Yeah, but still, we don't know what
Okay.
they'd be saying over there.
Sleep talking. I work for Inquisitor such and such.
I would sew your mouth shut.
Okay.
You wake up with a headache.
So the first 3.5 hours pass is fine. You are waking up the next 2 people on shift.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Not them.
No, you.
Right.
Okay. So who are the next 2 people on shift? It's Alice and...
Xerxes.
Okay. So that's fine. So you wake the 2 of them up. And you 2 take the bed and go to bed. Okay. About an hour into it, so you're awake, what are you up to?
Well, they escalate back up to the come.
Okay, lovely. Roll me a security check, please. +20.
+20, cool. So. Passed by 7 degrees.
Nice.
Nice.
So, you hook up the intercom, you change it around so everyone can see the light when it comes on, and currently you are listening to the other side if there's any noise currently.
Yeah, I'll be running the same recording script as previously.
Okay, are you doing anything else for your time?
Not for the moment, because I have no idea what else we're doing.
Would you be taking people's equipment and then attaching the microbeads to the handboxes?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so it's tech roll on power 1, +20. Obviously there's some people sleep, and I imagine people sleep with their equipment on or near them.
Oh yeah.
You get
Yeah.
it's like sleeping in trenches, you sleep with everything on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, after
Sorry.
last night, we didn't really have any equipment on because we left it all here, so it was pretty much moving it, I suppose.
Okay, so
Previous.
you've done yours. You can do other people's. The other person awake with you is Alice. And you've got everyone else asleep currently.
Alice, do you want me to hook up your...
Will it still work with the older generation earpiece?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, sure. So I'm going to have to implant it into your skull.
No! Wanganum!
What's your ability as the book around?
Mm-hmm.
Because what's your ability as a tech priest when you...
Oh, yeah.
Because yours might be one of the ones that when you spend a fate point before tech use rolls, that you just insta-pass and don't have to roll again.
What?
Because it's generally good to...
Well, we're just Wanganum and you've broken it.
Well, yeah.
Mine's for intimidate.
It's good to know what's your
That's
actual...
Wanganum.
class?
It is... Where does it place
Don't
it?
Sage.
expose your flat to me like this.
Hmm?
She's just exposing her
Nah.
flat to me.
It's not. It's fine.
Okay, so-
fate point.
You can't
spend
You can't
another
fate a
fate
fate point.
point.
So your choices are you can have high or low because either you're going to break Alice's microbead or you're going to break her handbox.
Right.
So it's high or low. State before you roll which one you want to, or you could just count me which one.
But the handbox.
Do you want to try and you want to break the handbox?
The microbead's a lot more expensive and a lot more important.
Okay, so she won't have any way of communicating with any of us.
I will try and fix it later.
You can't fix it later. You will break it.
You don't. Yeah.
Broken things can be fixed. Duct tape, the WD-40.
Yeah, not
The choice is
not a hotel room full of
ruining
blood.
one or completely ruining beyond any sort of
Yeah. You
reparation.
could short the whole thing out and you'll repair. The magic smoke escapes. You know,
That's
one-
just blown capacitors.
It's true. I mean,
but you can't put the smoke back in.
So you can break one or the other. There may be a chance that you could fix it
It's
later.
true, something
So
works.
she'll read your notes. So you've gone for this one, the handbox. It's your choice.
Yeah, have you ever had anything where the smoke's escaped?
No.
Yeah, it's a blown
And then it
capacitor.
won't work again, will it? It's because the smoke's escaped.
No.
Once it escapes, you can't get it back in.
Blown capacitor.
It's the
Beep boop.
Thank you. Which one are you
Choose.
choosing? Otherwise, it's a roll choice. Right, it's a roll choice. Okay, so you can have high. I'm breaking your microbead. Low. I'm breaking your handbox. Okay. What a roll?
You rolled a 19.
Which is low.
Yeah.
Handbox.
Right, there we go. Your handbox broken.
Right.
So basically, he takes it and then you see like a spark and smoke coming from the handbox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this stupid low grade tag.
There's gonna be a murder.
Who's gonna die?
Hear the cracking of a combat shotgun.
I'll give you another one.
This is the point where everyone wakes up to the revving of a chainsaw.
Anyway. Right, me and you have to get our plan together. What was the name of the stiff we were shown?
This is when there's
Oh,
an extra body in the room of red next door.
Hang on.
You can strip him for parts.
No.
What are you looking for the name of, sorry?
The name of the stiff whose sister were
Saul.
Saul
yeah.
Arbest.
Saul, there we go.
Saul. That's it. Okay, yeah.
So you two are currently asleep.
Yes.
So what? Okay. Are you guys doing anything else the rest of your watch? You've still got 2 hours.
Are you letting him anywhere near any tech?
At this point, I just kind of
Just
Keep-
shrug and go,
just-
eh.
sitting there,
Yeah, it's meant to do that.
keeping an eye out.
Okay, so with your tech roll, basically you need to find like a new fuse, a new sound compressor, which trying to find this shit down here.
And probably a few.
Wires and stuff, yeah.
Let's not get worked up over a small piece of equipment. We can work around. It's
So
fine.
it's basically what I'm just saying is those are the things you need to fix it, so you can keep an eye out for that as we're going. Okay.
You're thinking like a computer man. You've got to think like me. If you just power through, it's fine.
He's a
Emperor-
computer man.
The Emperor will provide.
Okay.
The Omnicide provides.
A couple of hours passes
And
and,
don't worry then.
everyone else wakes up. So you are all woken up. Yeah.
Do I smell smoke?
You probably smell burnt PCB.
So what it is basically you guys are asleep. and as the night cycle turns to day cycle, it suddenly becomes brighter, and you hear almost the air siren noise, which is the noise which the cycle has changed.
Wake up, bitches!
So because of you guys, because you're in a stressful situation, and noise wakings, I'm not going to make you roll for it, because suddenly you get an alarm go off. You're like,
yeah.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Do the microbeads work on their own? Is it just that they're too high tech for down here
Yes.
generally? Yeah. Okay. Put the microbead in and put the fucking low tech one over the top of it.
Okay, it will.
So that it's
but the
less
microbeads won't work to these hand boxes.
Yeah.
Because they're so low tech.
Different frequencies, basically. Yeah.
If they're putting in their microbeads at any point, or if they're trying to do this to have them hooked up as well, I'm sure someone can turn theirs to my frequency, or even have the regular headset on one and mine on the other. At least then I've got some form of communication.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to scout the intercom afterwards and see if there are any
to
parts that
whoever's awake, I'll say, Gabriel and I are going to speak to the sister. Shall we say? Shall we say that let's agree to check in, keep radio communication to the minimum. We'll meet you by the statue. If we're not at the statue in say 3 hours.
Say probably midday.
Yeah, midday. That sounds fair.
By midday, assume something bad has happened.
Okay, do either you or Carpath have a way of telling the time?
I don't have
chrono.
I don't have a chrono.
Okay, so you're
But
going to...
there'll be clocks around for keeping people on time.
Hopefully. If not, I'm sure you can, via radio communication, get a time update from...
Data slates. Data slates have time.
I don't have one.
The problem is that you're putting out a high piece of equipment out.
Let's just go. We'll know when the midday cycle is, though, because there'll probably be like a shift change or a break or something. We'll figure it out.
Hello, I am Xerxes, the talking clock. The time now is...
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
So
okay.
Get shit together.
Coats on, guns poorly hidden to show that we are bad motherfuckers and we mean business. Now remember,
see the overcoats and everything over the top.
Now remember, we're part of the Coal Blast assay, Cogman.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go and speak to Saul's sister because he owes an employer money. That's our story.
I take it we don't make up a name for the employer. We just say our employer.
We're very discreet.
Cool, understood.
But if she wishes to put forward someone who possibly owes money to, we'll just let her go along with it. We'll let her believe that. We'll try and eke information out of her. Now let's go downstairs and pass those two monsters at the reception.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, you step out into the corridor. Can I please have an awareness check? Plus 20.
Woo!
Woo!
Nice.
No, fail by 3 degrees.
4
actually.
degrees pass.
Ha. Okay. So so yesterday you saw that there were spots of blood on the carpet, and there were some blood stains which went from the wall and stuff from all of that. Looking down the corridor, all of those stains are gone.
Oh, so they can clean.
When they want.
Did anyone hear anything clean? Gabriel, did you hear anything clean?
No.
There wasn't a cleaning service that came past?
Don't remember hearing anything.
Strange. Come on, as soon as we get this done, the better. Let's hope she's home. If not, we'll have to find her a place of work.
The clean demon of the wall.
Yeah.
So you get to the elevator. The elevator is already on this floor.
Okay, let's go.
Awesome. Then step it. Now wait, is it?
No, it's on the right level.
Yeah. Cool. Down, and then we just press the button to go down, don't we?
Yes, you press the button, and it's almost like someone has cared for this elevator overnight. It was really crunchy, like nails, chalkboardy, and now it's a bit grindy, but it's not so bad.
It's more of a hum rather than
rather
than.
God damn it, Chris, you get to it, bastard.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm not suspicious. Let me just smile. Okay, and you go down.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of notice and then just kind of go,
I'm sure you've got
probably nothing.
Open your mouth.
You get down. Excuse me, what?
Can you see?
Oh, right. All I heard was
That doesn't make that any
Use the
better, does
jar. Someone pass him the jar.
shame jar.
What jar?
Pea jar.
You use the dice jail.
No, because it'll splash my feet.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, ooh.
That's some power.
Like sprinkler.
it.
Why?
Okay. You get down to the reception. The be back in 5 minutes sign is still there.
Keep walking.
Still.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, notice it's like,
Okay.
that was there last night.
You step out. You step out onto the street, and you're making your way, past the statue kind of area. What you can see before you run is there are 2 gentlemen in dark blue outfits. They also have a gun across their back, and they're wearing blue helmets. They are just between number 2 and the statue. You also have.
Those enforcers.
You also have a number of ragged sprawl of stalls, peddlers, open-air cook shops and salvage piles. In number 4 in the trade market, there are a number of people opening up the market for the day.
Where we passed through, but it was all,
closed.
closed and shut down.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Walk like you mean business.
right, I'm going to get strut on.
Doodle doo doodle doo doodle doo.
You don't have a strut, you have a gimp walk.
Actually, I don't really have a strut either. I have a crooked back.
It's more of a truffle shuffle.
Yeah, well, I suppose mine will be, just more regimented, I suppose.
Well, like the
A regimented truffle shuffle? Unheard of.
But yeah, I'm kind of thinking,
You
literally
said yes,
just
it's a
aim to
truffle
move,
shuffle.
to move
Yeah.
through the crowd rather than, hope that someone anticipates you coming. Because if you just move with purpose, people generally will move out the
Yeah.
way. Hopefully.
Okay, so when we get
Says that with such conviction. Hopefully.
how good talkie are you?
I can shout at people.
Yeah, as well.
That's it.
As well. Okay. Right. Well, one of us is talking. The other one be looking round. The other one looking round her apartment for any clues.
Okay.
Well, you're the more perceptive one, aren't you?
Do you want to do the talking then?
Uh,
I'll do the talking.
Do it, let him do it.
Either way, something's getting.
All right, we'll give it a go.
This can only go poorly.
Okay. So, as you are walking forward, you're walking past such. Are you walking past through the trade market, or are you going to try and find a way around?
No, let's go through. Let's
Yeah,
go
go
through the
for
trade market.
Okay. So as you get to the trade market, it's not a case that people are wearing and moving out of your way. Some stalls and some things they can't move, so you kind of have to wind your way.
Move!
We're not going to walk through a market still.
Just walk straight over, just step up.
Okay. So give me an awareness check plus 30, please.
Yes.
Yes. 2 degrees of success, actually.
13. So that's going to be 5 degrees of success.
Okay, so first of all, so basically as you're going through, you can't help but quickly look at the stalls and see what's going on there. You can see things like people are selling things like ill-repaired household goods, patched clothing, food rations, and then what looks like barely edible cooked vermin on a stick.
Ah.
Honesty.
On a stick.
Ah. Rat-ish kebab.
And then what you're going through is you're also
Awful
seeing
brother.
people are also doing dealings with food vouchers across things. So basically, like people are putting like a food voucher, the food parcels on top of food vouchers and sliding it across, and people are also passing what looks like strange like data sticks and guns and shivs and like all of that is all happening in the market down there.
Yeah, typical sort of black economy.
Yeah, but you're just seeing them with small sleights of hands and all the rest of it. You can also see that the 2 enforcers that you identified before have made a beeline to go around the square, and now they're standing at the edge of the trade market, and they are watching you 2 walking through. They're watching at a distance and don't look like they're approaching, but they are keeping a wary eye on you.
Can I shoot him? No, joking.
Okay, I'm going to have my permit. I'm going to have my permits sort of to hand.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk through, you can hear various people obviously talking and chittering, people talking about the factory, talking about various things that are going along. You can, if you want to, try and listen for more information or make inquiries for information.
I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, listen.
Okay. So give me an awareness check plus 20.
Oh yeah, I'm using my good rolls here. This is bad.
Oh, a pass. 1 degree of success. Woo!
It all goes down for
So how many did you get, sorry?
At 1 degree.
1 degree?
5 degrees.
Okay, right, so So 1 degree. So you hear a woman saying to another woman as they're standing there selling what looks like bits of material, saying, "This place is dying and the carrion rats have come to feed off the carcass. Between the Nightcrow gangs, the scum of the workers' union, the dregs, scabs and the reclaimers too, no insults intended. It's the way of the hive, I know, but I wish I hadn't been here to see all of this."
Lots of little bits, you know. Workers' union, scum, carrion rats,
Scum.
Dregs.
It's on the down.
eggs.
Yeah.
Reclamators, sorry, I can't speak.
Reclamators.
Mm-hmm.
And you say the night gangs or something like that?
I said Nacro gangs.
Yeah.
Oh, Nacro gangs.
Narco gangs.
Yes, well, sorry, Nacro gangs.
Lots of little bits, alright.
Narcs. Drug gangs.
You have the darks.
Narc.
It's
Okay.
like, mental note.
And what you hear is can't believe it, all those dead, burnt alive in their habs during those blackouts, souls still burning, can't rest easy with me. A friend of mine swore she saw wraiths lurking the other night when she was hurrying home late from the railhead. Where? Well, out long past the square, their eyes burning red in the night. Cosculla is a cursed place now.
Bad things going on.
Well, that's not fucking ominous.
It is truly fucking ominous. Okay, and you guys walk through the square. You'd either have to stick around or keep listening or whatever else. To
No.
hear anything
No,
else.
it's just,
let's-
passing.
Let's head for Habstack and speak to Saul's sister.
Right.
We know where she lives.
That's what, do we know her name?
So, you get back to Habstack 717. This place is still in currently the same array that you saw it before. Walking through the doors, you can see that they have been burst open. There are burst open, and you can see that there are broken glass and things anywhere. Now that you've stepped in the daytime, as you come in on both the left and the right, it's almost like an open square here that has a carved scarab blazon.
That's,
Seen that?
yeah, you mentioned that symbol, didn't you?
No, yeah, the bodies that we found had that.
So Louis mentioned it when you were sitting next to her. She drew it for Harris.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, because she found this thing with the symbol on. Because you remember that. I know that Murdoch has a shitty memory.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you've seen it's been broken open and most of the foyer has been vandalised and thoroughly scavenged. The elevator doors are stuck open, displaying an empty void. The only way is up by a stairwell decorated with damaged murals depicting active and happy workers. Because a happy worker is a good worker. But it looks like someone's basically drawn a moustache on it and a penis and scrubbed bits of it off. And I mean,
Impressive artwork.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's head up then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then a bit further up you've got stylised representations of hive nobles dispensing bounty from high and icons of the city's powerful to the poorest, which people have also vandalised.
I'm not surprised.
Happy Worker is a fucking mythical beast.
Amen.
Or doesn't exist.
Happy Worker is still on probation.
Or on drugs.
Failed the wellness policy.
So,
A
You
happy
got
worker is a liar and the dishonest
both
must be
the
purged.
address for Saul and the address for Lyri, which one are you going to?
I thought they lived together.
They live in different places.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
They're very close to each other though. Their doors are like 4 doors
Right.
apart.
Do you
First,
think
let's go to his.
Yeah, let's
In
go to
case
his
there's
first.
squatting there, we'll ask for him, and then we'll go to the sister. It adds to our lie.
And plus, we might find something.
Yes. Right, let's go to his flat.
Okay. So, as you're walking up the stairs, can you roll me a plus 20 awareness test?
Wait a minute. 3 degrees? Yeah. 3 degrees. No, 2 degrees because it's 18. 2 degrees.
3
success.
degrees.
Okay, so
Does someone else want to sit next to him?
no, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
You already sat next to him.
Yeah, but his luck doesn't really affect me, if you never noticed.
Yeah.
Aside from a few muted doors behind some shuttered doors, the whole building almost seems empty. Going through, you see eviction notices upon doors. Some places where you can see is like just blackness underneath, where most places that have noise get light underneath. So going through, you think half this building may probably be empty.
So,
Right.
I'm just going to say lots of money problems here.
So as you go along, you get to the 7th floor, which is where Saul's chamber is. As you get to the door, with your awareness check, when you are a couple of doors away, you will already see that the door is ajar and the lock has been broken.
Right. Okay.
Ooh.
Get my glow globe and my stub gun in the other hand.
How is it still at all?
Shotgun at the ready.
Right. And let's have a look round.
Okay, so you get that, you open the door. It's a simple 8 metre by 8 metre chamber with a water closet and single arch window. Making a fairly poor job of hiding behind the bed in the corner is a frightened looking woman, huddled in an overcoat too large for her, clutching a rucksack to her chest. She's pointing a gun at both of you.
Right,
I'm pointing my shotgun at her.
Right. Where is Saul?
Okay, from that, because you've already seen a picture,
Yeah.
this is Lily,
Lily.
the sister.
This is it, yeah. Where's Saul?
Okay, hang on. So you said, where is Saul? She said that I reported him missing.
Missing. Well, that's convenient for him. We're here to collect
Collect what?
from Saul.
But
Look, we're with the Coblast.
Coblast.
With the Coblast SA Cogman. We've been hired.
I'm not sure where you want to go. So could you repeat what you last said?
Yeah. We're with the Coblast SA Cogman. We've been hired to retrieve a debt.
But I don't know where he is. I mean, it's been a couple of days until I even realised he was missing, but I reported him missing.
What, to the enforcers?
Well,
To his shift?
Well, when I first saw Warden Loken on his own in the square, he looks, I don't know, lost. So I told him that Saul was busy, that Saul
Calm
was
down
missing.
and put the gun down.
Yeah, so she puts the gun like on the
Yeah.
bed.
Okay, that's good. Right, I will lower mine.
Yeah, I'll lower my
As
shotgun.
a show of good faith, but it's still in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's still like ready but not pointed at
Yeah.
her because she's still got a gun in her hand.
No, she put
No, she put it down on the bed.
Oh,
Right.
I thought you just said that she lowered it.
She put
Okay,
it on
I'm
the
going
bed.
to close the door behind us. Just carefully close it. When's the last time you saw him?
I didn't know he was gone until a couple of days ago. 6-7 days. I'd had a contract to work up Hive and I was too worn out to even care for my shame. To be honest, Saul had been drinking a lot, drowning his sorrows and then sleeping it off. By the time I'd realised he'd vanished, he'd been gone for days. I looked everywhere. I even went into the workers' union to look for him, even though this place makes my skin crawl. Everyone just stared blankly at me and I knew something terrible had happened to him.
Where does he? You say he drinks. Where does he normally drink?
Wherever he can buy it, normally in here. Sometimes when you need a debt and you want something, you can always get it from the workers' union.
Workers' union. Not workers' union. Workers. Is it, you live here as well?
I live nearby, but I keep feeling like something's watching my room at night. I feel like I'm safer in here.
I would lie to you. Saul owed a lot to a lot of people.
Well, that's why I've made up my mind. I'm leaving. There are more vanishings every night, and I don't know how many, and nobody will say anything. I stayed here last night, but just for the one night, hoping he might come home. Foolish, I know, but it saved my life. As I went back to my chambers this morning on level 3. Yeah, well, okay, I thought there were rooms pied, but yeah, the floors
Yeah,
pied.
that's fine.
That's fine. The door had been smashed off its hinges and the place torn apart. There was nothing taken, but if I had been there, just...
Yeah, I'm actually going to speak up at this point. It's like you mentioned people have been vanishing.
Yes.
How many? How long for?
Let's see. I would say for the last year, and it started off with people have always been wanting to leave this place ever since it all been bought out. But now it's becoming more and more recent. People I spoke to yesterday in the market, they're now gone. But I don't know if they've chosen to get on the train and leave, or.
Interesting.
So you think there'd be people that would know your brother at the Union?
I think so. Or you might try and find Avad Zed. He was one of Saul's friends.
Avad Zed.
EVARD.
Friend.
They used to drown their sorrows together. He's a drink-sodden fool, but he's been avoiding me, but he might know something. I think I last saw him at the Templum when I went to light a candle for my brother's soul this morning.
Noted. I'm gonna take I'm gonna walk around the room a little bit, see if I can notice anything. I don't know, out of place that looks specifically unusual.
Okay.
Looks like we're wasting our time. There's nothing valuable here.
So if you want it, set be scrutiny.
Scrutiny. No.
I'll keep talking to her to keep her distracted from him looking round.
Any pluses, or would it just be flat?
You can have a +20.
I'm
suspicious.
I'm hoping she'll just assume that we're looking for valuable stuff to take.
Rolled a 6.
Nice.
That's 4 degrees of success.
Okay, so you're looking for anything
that looks out of place, maybe unusual. Obviously, I know the place is trashed, but something that looks odd. That wouldn't look like it normally would if it was just tousled about. If you know what I mean.
Okay, so you find sort of going around. In one corner is where basically they have like the bin, but it's one of those ones that you pull it out from the wall and push it back. You've got like a number of bottles and cans, but right at the top is the same kind of vial that you didn't see it. So it's a small glass vial that has like the remnants of something black in it.
I saw that.
Everyone would have seen it. I put it on the bedside table.
Vial.
From
Yeah.
where?
The one that
she had in a syringe,
And
and not the actual glass part.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't take the whole vial.
Oh yeah,
then
and
we'd only seen the syringe.
I was there when the manager was shooting up.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so you would have seen it, but you until you point it out to describe what it is. Yeah, so you don't know what it is, but you're like, it looks weird.
Yeah. Is it in a place where she'd easily be able to see it if I was just to go pick it up?
Yeah, she might. But we'll go around picking around for anything valuable.
Yeah, she's got her attention on Andronich currently. So.
The other thing is, given that it's a small vial, it's not like a fucking great big machine.
Oh yeah.
You can put your body in front of what you're doing, and she won't see what it is you're doing anyway.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. In that case, yeah, I'll do that. I'll literally go to it. Sort of obscure her view a bit, and literally just put it in my jacket.
Okay.
In the pocket.
That's fine.
You never know. Might be useful information. But otherwise, I still just look like I'm milling about looking.
If you're going to go around asking questions, I'd be careful. Like I said, when I spoke to Warden Loken about it, he seemed incredibly angry, and then he just went quiet and looked like he was going to break down his tears right there. He made me swear by the God Emperor and by St. Drusius not to mention this again, especially not to the other enforcers. It was strange, but I believed he was even more frightened than I was, but I had no idea he had actually reported it to the higher authorities.
Anyone else come around looking for him? Any of the other people he may have owed anything to?
Well, I'm guessing whoever did that smashed in my room this morning.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah. I'll give you a nod. I'll start moving back towards you.
I'm not going to lie to you. There's here on behalf of some quite dangerous people, but we don't have a problem with you. So just we'll find you if we need anything else, though.
I'm planning on leaving today.
It's probably for the best.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm just pretty much like,
Let's go.
She's going to
Yeah.
say, good luck. I hope you find out what happens to my brother and all those missing people.
Right,
we'll see.
Let's head to her apartment.
Okay.
Have a quick look round there.
Yeah.
Alright.
As we're going down the corridor, because you mentioned that obviously the place basically was abandoned, pretty much looks empty. It all feels empty. Yeah, I'm just going to take this opportunity to mention to you. So I found a vial. I'm just going to pull it out and show you.
Right. Okay, I'll look at it. Does it look like the one I saw?
Yeah.
Sleeping? I'll give it smell. Have the same pungent odour.
Yes, it does.
Local drug they manufacture around here.
I wonder if that's got some part to play in all this.
The manager at the hostelarium was doing this stuff. Said he'd hook me up. Said he could hook me up with some. Might give us a lead later.
It's certainly getting around.
What is it called? That stuff? Is it black?
Black Spiral.
Black Spiral. That's the
yeah.
one.
It was black something. I remember that.
Black Spiral. The locals call it. Some sort of bathtub obscura, more potent but probably more dangerous.
Makes me wonder what else is in this if it's more potent.
Who knows? Maybe industrial chemicals.
It's just bleach and food colouring.
Yeah, so but
Blood
still,
cocktail. It's just petrol and chlorine.
but still, at least we've got other leads to look up to as well. His friend, potentially, and
Right.
the warden.
Let's check out her apartment and then head back to the others.
It's settled.
So, hang on a minute. Right. I have to do breaks on
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Okay,
What you
so
gonna do?
the four of you are in a room together. These two have fucked off. What are you doing?
Right.
I think we should have a look around the area outside, get maybe an idea, see if we can hear anything before we start kicking down doors in here. Partly because we might be able to find some information, and I'd like to get the lay of the land so we know what route we can take, if there's anywhere we can escape or anywhere we need to run to. Aside from anything, I'm still not convinced we should go around shouting out names.
No. Is there any way you can find the control room?
The one that was near the platform that we came off from.
For the security cameras and
I think if
Here.
I start with in here.
in the hostel.
Potentially. Can try and send like a trace pulse down the intercom, I guess.
Because I think finding that would be the best place for you, because then we'd be able to turn off the cameras and go anywhere.
Okay. Do I have any bonus because
Or
that's pretty
loop
much
the
what made the
cameras.
intercom system my bitch.
So that way we can go anywhere.
No, because this is going to be a security role, because you want to find out where basically the control room is.
Okay.
And you're trying to use the intercom system to hope it's there.
Well, you never know. It could be the same control box.
It's actually a flat security role for this.
Ooh, okay.
Well, it's not going to be easy.
Oh, I should just got serious.
It's really
Roll 100, blow it all up.
You're fine, fucking hell.
Booyah!
Yeah.
6 degrees success. No, 5.
So you plug in your data slate, and then you basically run it through. So this hostel's you are on floor 7. So you go down, right? So you've 9 floors, 10 floors, 12 floors. So it's on floor -5 is where the control room is.
Whoa.
I'll just turn my data slate on to
So you have like almost like the schematics, and then it's just like right down here in nothing.
Hang on. Where roughly was the room that had the numbered room that had no keys?
Each 76 on every floor, from 1 up to
Extra lift?
7.
Maybe.
Hide it behind a room.
I think that's more likely to be the stairs. I actually think that there must be something else going on with the 76 rooms. I think it might be maybe something running the whole way up.
That's what I'm saying, an extra lift that goes all the way down.
No.
It says to stairs.
It just shows
but
one
lift.
lift shaft.
Why would the stairs
Is
be
it one
locked?
that goes all the way down?
I think it might be more than just
Okay,
a lift behind there. There might be a lift, but I think there's something on each of the floors.
To answer your question, so basically think of it like you've got the schematic of the hotel, and then you just have a dot that just appears here and no schematic underneath it at all.
Right.
It's not on the plans.
That's another big thing we can look for. If we have a look around outside, see if there's anything like a manhole or something where there's no obvious reason for there to be one. Maybe anything that might look like some kind of escape from underneath. If we look around, we might find something outside.
So 2 look around the outside, 2 inside?
I still think we need someone to go around the markets and gather some information. Just because
Well,
we
we're
might
not-
hear some things.
Well, we're not splitting up so one person goes on their own.
No,
so if
no.
we-
No, 2, at least 2 for anything. But I think we need to take a look outside generally, not just. And besides, we're supposed to be meeting outside by the statue.
We've got 3 hours.
Oh yeah, but again, I think we want to have a look around outside before we start doing inside, just in case we stumble on something that is more than we can handle. Mostly just to be careful and nothing else. Since you have an idea about electronics and things, it might be good for you and someone else to look around the outside of the building, maybe see if there's anything like an escape route or secret hatch or doorway or anything.
Okay.
You might have an idea where something technical might be hidden, where something else wouldn't, and then maybe me and you go and have a look at some information. Yeah, you two have a look outside.
Sounds good to me.
Besides which, we can all leave at the same time and split off outside the door. So I'd say go fully geared as well. Let's not leave anything in here that's either incriminating or even remotely important. Cool. We'll gear up to the nuts.
Fuck yeah.
Gear to the lines.
There's fucking dust there.
Yeah, gear up to the nuts. It's like,
Excuse me, that's a woman.
I've got bigger nuts than you.
Ladies have the nuts on the inside of their tummies.
Because we're smart and we protect us.
Yes.
No, you missed it. There's nuts on the inside of the tummy.
All eternal nut shots. So we'll get geared up and go over to the elevator.
Okay. The elevator is on your floor.
We didn't know that it was for them, so.
They would have known they would have gone back down.
Do we get to roll to see if we can see the blood and stuff has gone?
Yes. Roll me an awareness. 20.
Oh, wow.
yeah, so how do you know the blood is gone?
Do you agree that that is cocked?
That's an out of character,
It
but
is
they
cocked.
got a thing to
Yes,
say
I
roll
forgot.
it.
Oh.
2 degrees.
It's still too early.
No.
Yeah, it's only like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Fail by 4 points.
I'm too intrigued that
The elevator.
the elevator's on
lift
our
is
floor,
here.
considering how
Did
recently
we
they
all
went down.
fail?
No.
I did.
Those didn't. Okay, so there was a blood trail on the floor, and there was blood on the walls from when we were going around doing stuff. Because inevitably you end up touching something when you've got blood-stained hands. It's all gone. The carpet's clean.
What?
Okay, he's pointing at the carpet.
It is a shit carpet, I know.
It's like, who would buy a carpet like that?
Right, an awareness plus 30. He's trying to figure out why he's pointing at the carpet.
Yeah,
Wow,
pass.
you are correct. That is a bloody good shag.
Yeah, the blood's disappeared from the carpet.
Wait, what? It's just a clean carpet.
Clean.
The carpet's clean.
Yes, like they.
What kind of bleach do they use? I need to send it back to Clove. It's so clean.
Okay.
Fairly shit. What if we can still
Hang on.
see the blood, guts, and piss underneath beds?
Hang on. So she has said out loud, "It's a clean carpet." Yeah, clean. Both of you can roll another awareness to that. If plus
Yeah, it's a
30.
clean carpet. Did I miss that?
No.
No!
You're like, that's nice. Don't even like store that information.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the elevator. Like, why is that on our floor when they went down so soon?
That's nice.
Okay,
There's no claret.
Blood's gone.
you can basically go, okay,
No,
but you
I
can't
didn't
see it.
see the blood trail, so what blood? I was in the room the entire time. I didn't know there was a blood trail. What blood?
It's first thing in the morning. You haven't had your coffee yet.
From that room to that room, there was a blood trail, but they
You can try again now. Go on.
Hasn't it only been?
Yeah.
Is that still at the pluses?
Plus 13.
You might
left
pass this
the
one.
room once to go
Only get
next
plus
door.
10 out of that.
I didn't
No.
see
Oh
it.
yeah, shit.
You basically just
Hasn't it only been like 5 minutes or so since the others went down?
Yeah, about that. Why?
Doesn't this thing take longer to go from floor to floor?
Also makes a lot of noise.
Only I can commune with the machine spirits.
Opens
even
elevator.
opening the grate is not such a screechy noise as before. It's a bit more smoother. Okay, yeah. Do you open it? You step in the elevator.
Right, because he said about time, I'm going to hold my shitty crap dick to sleep.
Yeah.
Because it will have a time on it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, don't press it, don't press it, don't press
Shut's
it,
great.
don't press it, don't press it, press it.
As you go in town, it's almost like someone has cared for the elevator. It's noisy, but it's not so like going down.
Someone just actually looked after the little machine spirits today.
Yeah, it's not so bad, and it goes down relatively fast between floors. I have no idea how fast an elevator is meant to be, so I'm going to say, yeah. When you get down to the ground
It's
floor,
relatively impressive considering that was a less than 7-hour job.
I wish I could commune with machine spirits.
okay.
So we will head towards the door.
Okay, so you step out. Standing by the reception is what is his name?
Maximilian?
But my drugs.
But my drugs, yes.
That's his name, but my drugs.
Is Maxis Draylock. So there he is. Is Draylock. He looks alright this morning, like almost like a clean bill of health. He gives you a cheery wave as he takes a sip from his what's coffee in this one?
Recaf.
Recaf.
When you say a clean bill of health, because I know what I'm looking for generally. Does he still have the like less than obvious marks and stuff?
Yeah, but he just doesn't have like the sunken eyes and the bags under his face, and doesn't have like this. He's not sweating or anything like
So
that.
he's clean and looks like he's had his hit recently enough that it's not going to be showing signs of.
He's gotten through the withdrawal.
One or the other.
So he's looking like
It's
RDJ
either
after
he's
a
had a
bad
hit
hamburger.
or he's gotten through it.
Or he's eating
Well,
some souls.
to be fair, I know he's had a hit in the last 8 hours. So to be fair, that's probably a good sign. And that's probably my assumption.
It's a fairer assumption.
Yeah, based on what I've seen, it's the most logical, especially for a lot
Yeah, I
of
was just
technology
saying.
they've got.
Yeah, with Obscura, it's like a 28-day withdrawal. So yeah.
Shit about drugs.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's just-
Yeah, that's what.
RDJ.
Don't start, kids.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking it in mind yet.
But yeah, won't spend too long on that. You know, quite happily like
Crack is
geared up, head covered with shit, and gonna walk out of the building.
Yeah.
But he just gives you a cheery wave, right? And he's reading something while drinking his
He's a
recap.
fucking whole new person.
But yeah, so as
I'm going to
we,
wave as I'm leaving. As I'm leaving.
so as we step out of the building, sort of give you two a quick nod, and start walking off towards where the statue was.
Okay, so you step out. So stepping toward the statue, you have one gentleman leaning against it, and another one is smoking a glow stick. No,
Glow stick.
Glow stick, yeah.
Glow stick on man, that's not right.
He's smoking glow sticks. Look at all that fucking glowy shit running down his lip.
That would get you fucked up.
Yeah.
You wanna get high?
Oh my god, my piss glows.
It's like Shrek's piss.
So we're currently staying in the Corstana Hostel.
Yeah.
So number 6.
Yeah, I was just making sure I knew where we were coming from.
Yeah. Not actually too far away. So yeah, so we'll wander around. So we see a couple of people up by the statue. How busy is the market?
Quite busy at this time.
Okay, I think we should have a little look around, have a little listen, and flex our clues from the crowd's talents a little bit.
choke slam a few people.
I could.
I usually strike things.
Yeah, I just strike.
I mean, I've got a sword, but it's not really designed for that.
I
It's
know.
fine. I shoot with a chainsaw.
Yeah, but I don't want to do a him and let go.
Okay,
You're
so
like-
you,
There's not
You're
gonna
not
power.
parrying. It's fine.
You're not incompetent, it's
That
fine.
was one time.
so
Never gonna let it
Never
go.
be forgotten.
you two are going to number 4. Where are you two going?
Round the outside.
Round the outside.
It's a building attached to a fuck ton of buildings. That's why I was confused about what you wanted. Because the only entrance is the entrance to the building. There is no around it.
That we know of. That's the thing, because he's established that there are lower floors.
Are they going?
Surely there's a secret way in and out. So effectively, I was asking them to look around to see if there's anything that looks like it might be a way out from underground. Something like a something like an air duct or a slightly larger than you'd expect grate, or even like a fucking
Or maybe a tunnel in the exit.
that sort of thing. Yeah.
So are you guys looking around number 7,
Yes.
or are you going through the archway past 11 on this side?
So
Because
around
it's not
6
really
and
obvious
7.
on the map. Can we go around in like a circle around the whole?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's probably the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
place
We'll
to
look
go
at
next.
Yeah.
Because it's on
Start
the way
starting
to
with the
anywhere else
exit
we're going.
first.
Yeah.
That side first. Okay, I will
Well,
come
my
back to you then.
daughter's going to have
Well, after the sister's apartment, anyway.
Okay, so you guys are going through the trade market while you're waiting for these guys.
Having a mill about.
Okay,
Having
so
a look-see-loo.
Yeah. Try and get some general watch information.
yeah, because you can basically see you've got stalls, peddlers, open air cook shops, scavenger piles, various things all for sale.
This data site I've got is one that I can have out and about in the open, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, scrub one.
With the basic trade and stuff, does it look like meal tickets and such are being exchanged
Meal
still?
tickets are stuff is trade like for like here, so not everyone has got money, so some people trade like items for items.
Yeah.
Barter economy.
It's a barter economy. You would not even see the hint of thrones down here.
That'd be yeah. You want to flash that much cash?
No, but I do have 160
I'll
meal
take your
tickets.
entire stall.
I got meal tickets. Woo! Yeah, make it rain.
Okay.
So you can either make
Go to the trailer park
You
with
can-
food stamps.
sorry,
Sorry,
you can either make awareness checks or you can make inquiry tests. Information that you want is probably going to be better with some kind of talking skill than just overhearing.
Okay. Okay. First things first. Then, can I have a look around for anyone who looks like they're a little bit more alert and with it than other people? Who seems to be a bit more, maybe savvy would be the word.
Sober.
Yeah.
Talking.
I'm going to go find the
Minus
chatty
10
Cathies.
strangers.
Because there are always chatty Cathies.
And that's
Yeah.
fair.
We'll make sure we stay
Volunteer if
within
needed.
I say.
close
Yeah,
eye
probably
shot of
checking
each
out
other.
the sister
We won't spread out further.
But no,
than
if I
20
spot them
meters.
and they're, down the end of the fucking thing, I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
wait.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you both of you give me an awareness check, you're looking for someone specifically in a crowd, so plus 20.
Yeah, all right, fair.
Okay. I'm going to fail by 1 degree.
I'm going to roll 100.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, I like it. Do you want to spend them fate points?
No.
No!
Okay.
Still early days.
We could get shanked later, that's more important.
Nah.
Might not find anyone that
I
looks
don't
super
trust his
savvy,
luck, we're
but
probably getting shanked
yeah,
later.
Nothing, just a funny sound.
at the end of the day, not all of them may seem like what I'm kind of looking for in a savvy one, but there might be
Yeah.
one or two that I might be able to talk to.
Okay,
Still.
so yes, you're just chatting to somebody, basically you're leaning against one of the stalls that does like what you think is recaf, like coffee. So you're leaning there, people are standing and drinking and talking. It's a good place to stand and also talk. You found where people are basically all like going through things and then they're chatting about stuff as they're there, like bits of material and other weird things and bits of clothing and stuff, and talking about what they could possibly make with it. Okay, do you want to give me a talking skill
Okay,
or
so-
a listening skill?
The first thing I'll do before sort of rolling stuff is I'll sort of check how much recaf would be, just for one.
It's only like to have it is basically like bartering for things. But a recaf is basically it's like half a food voucher. So most people tend to buy like a couple if they're standing here. So
Yeah.
Food voucher. What is this?
Okay.
Fucking Starbucks.
yeah.
So what I'll do is
Starbucks,
to
big
also
wish.
try to help with my role. I'm going to attempt effectively bribery. So I'll pull out 3 food vouchers.
Yep.
And ask for 2 recafs and a little bit of gossip, and I'll
Yeah. All right.
see what the general reaction to that is.
What skill are you going to roll for it?
I will attempt inquiry, even though I don't have the skill. But I will attempt it because it's the most relevant for what I'm doing. Because it's not like I'm trying to force information or coax information. I'm just asking a general.
Okay, so I wrote down here. So if you were doing a bribery, you get a +20 bonus to your interaction test, depending on what your interaction is.
Cool, that'll do. So yeah, so it will be -20, +20, so I need to get a 40 because I've got a good
Yay.
fellowship.
Go for it.
I don't.
Yes,
You're on
and
your
you do
own.
it.
Degree of success.
Yeah, I don't. You're on your own. My fellowship's shit.
That's why I'm bribing people to help.
Yes, I talk shit. Please listen.
To the scale of a 29.
Oh.
41.
I ain't the talky.
I do.
I do the typey and the finky. You don't do the finky. You do the hacky.
Still take it.
And possibly a
Okay.
fixie.
So
And the breaky.
the lady you speak to goes, look,
But
love,
shooty wooty.
I don't know anything. I make it my business to keep my head down and my door locked at night. But if you're looking for information, I go talk to that reclamator, Sykes, out by the burnt out Technomat. He's the curious sort and seems to know too much of everyone's business.
Is it likely to get us trouble talking to him?
Depends who sees you.
Ooh.
What kind of people do I want to avoid?
Well, if you want to keep a hold of the colours on your back and food in your mouth, I wouldn't go in that workers' union if I were you.
Thank you very much. And I'll sort of pick up the 2 recaps, gesture a little bit. Have a nice day.
Where are you?
I'm just wandering at the moment. I'm staying close enough that, you know, if shit kicks off, I can get my way back. But yeah, I'm just generally mooching.
Okay, no problem. So you can do an awareness check just to listen to people if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Because I'd say words and then, you know, people would run and hide.
Words and things.
Things that work.
I passed by 3 degrees.
Kind of awareness. La, 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 la. Do.
You see the future.
No, that was
Into the future.
You don't see the future from 3 degrees? Jesus Christ.
Not unless you're a psycho.
It'd be like 9 degrees of success, then you see the fucking future.
Yeah, I suppose.
What name did I write down?
Just wait, I saw faster than light. Shit.
Yes, the warp.
Yeah,
9
yeah.
degrees. You see nothing, but you feel the Emperor's boot up your ass.
Trying to see
You
if there's a
see
message.
everything. Your mind collapses upon itself.
Okay. So you hear, can you believe it, Hammer? Hentrid got caught last night in the night cycle and he still hasn't come back. And you think it's just dark, but when the power level drops, what light is left goes along with it. And well, Throne help if you're caught out on the black. That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's going to be coming home. I looked up Warhammer phrases.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have my big slate like in my pocket and I'm typing it out,
Okay.
everything that I'm hearing.
Fair enough. No problem. Alright, so, you guys. So you've gone off for a wander.
We've gone for an enthusiastic walk amongst the Hablocks.
Going on an adventure.
You know, I said to you last week, I said the group's going to split themselves 3 ways, aren't they? Oh no, I think it's going to be half and half. No, 3 ways.
Well, no, you said you were
The
hoping
plan
it
was
wasn't
half
going to be
and
3 ways.
half.
3 ways. Okay, so you go down.
Yeah, but, you know, then
Plans.
we learned things.
I know, but yeah, you know what happens to plans.
Okay.
Abandon?
Bombardment.
What was it? They never survived first contact, but okay.
Just very quickly, where was it they said? She said that Sykes could be found?
At the reclamation yard.
Reclamation yard.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
it
you.
is actually number 10 on your map.
You mean Sykes Yard?
Mhm.
I gathered that by the name Sykes and his name in the title.
Yeah.
Could be anyone.
Yeah.
Psych.
Waiting for you, Gordon.
It's
That's
an
the-
illusion.
Yeah, psych, that's the joke.
Ah, too easy.
Okay, so
You
the
look
two
like a
of you get to the Arteria exit. It's a yawning roadway tunnel entrance, wide enough to fit 2 huge macro haulers through at once. So what you have is you have 2 of like the guard podiums that have the barrier drops. But what you saw when you came across at night time is there were 2 automated steel and mesh gates that dropped to cover the tunnel. Obviously they've been pulled up. There's a control system for the gate sits there with the 2 people either side. So it's very difficult if you want to try and step through this tunnel. What are the 2 of you doing?
Staring lovingly in each other's eyes.
And I know they're shrugging, but you can't see it because they're off camera. So they're just shrugging at each other currently. What you doing?
I
What are
don't
your
know.
ideas?
Something stupid.
Butt sex.
No.
Public butt sex.
Oh.
We're considering that both the players are
Ah,
cousins.
thank you. Do I get imbued with fate?
Public
Yeah,
ancestral
maybe.
butt sex.
So, there's 2 actual physical people in these little outposts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hi there.
I'm going to go up to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Up on the glass.
Well,
So he's wearing a dark blue uniform. He raises an eyebrow, looks down. Are you wearing your hive cone?
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Do you mind if we pass through the gates? We're looking for some missing persons.
No problem. Can you please show me your identification? Okay. He holds out a scanner. You bloop it. He reads your ID and raises an eyebrow and goes, "Feel free."
I guess I'll walk over and do the same.
Can you roll me an awareness check +10, please?
I can.
He has such a massive erection.
It's
No,
nearly
yeah.
tapping the glass.
Oh, I've got,
That's not any other.
I've got a raging clue.
Pass by 5 degrees.
Okay.
You
So
heard
you've
a
seen
twang. That isn't the barrier raising. That's his elastic breaking.
Oh.
Okay, so what you've seen is he's basically turned, and you see that he's turned on his box, and he's talking to someone over his box currently. But he's trying to turn so you can't see him, but he's communicating with someone while still looking at your ID.
So what
Is
is
he
doing that?
wearing a tie?
Can I
No.
hear what he's saying?
5 degrees, did you say?
Yeah.
So he's gone,
You? Yes.
"Hey boss, I don't know what the coal blasts are doing down here, but they've asked to go through the tunnel. They're searching for missing people." "Well, I don't know." "Yeah, I'll keep an eye on them." "Alright."
Come on.
Okay.
Okay, so you step into it, and it's almost like it swallows light because you're so far down. Stepping in here, there isn't any lighting.
Ah, you didn't get back in.
No, you didn't stay in.
Oh, you didn't get shanked.
Okay, so basically you can see the light behind you, but you can't see the end of this tunnel. You're just stepping into darkness.
That's
My old friend.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to go all the way down this tunnel. That would be a death sentence.
No duh.
Let's just go a couple of 100 foot down, see if there's any maintenance access, see where it takes us.
So like that.
Ooh, super fun, happy slide. Better jump in it.
So the two of you are using the
The provided glow lamp.
yeah, what do I call them? The chem lamps. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so you're walking along the corridor.
No, Eddie, don't drink it. We need that.
Okay, so as you sort of get about 90, 80 foot down there, you can see on the right hand side there's like a grate sort of like in the side of the tunnel.
Okay.
It's one of those. It's like it's a drain or an access grate of some kind.
No, it just comes off really easily. We know we have found the hidey hole.
Can you roll me an awareness check? +20.
Both
I'm
of
not
us
get
or-
Yeah,
shit
both of you.
back.
I mean, you are there.
That's like 4 degrees.
Nice. That's one off for number wank.
Yeah. So that's
5 degrees. Right.
Okay, so you can hear the sound of somebody moving through liquid. You know, like when someone sloshes through water, like a movement through liquid down there,
Coming from the grate or
down past the grate, further down.
That ain't water.
Oh, I said liquid, not water.
It's
And then you said
Boo!
like walking through water.
Yeah.
I went, that ain't water.
It's Fanta.
Oh look,
It's a fantasy.
it's Tata.
look! I caught a brown fishy.
Oh, shit fish!
Yeah.
talk about the brown note.
Thank
Do
you.
you feel good about yourself?
Yes.
I don't remember eating any corn.
the box the others. Let them know what's going on.
No one here has ever eaten
we can't
any
make it.
corn. How is there corn?
Do you think
I-
we can affect the-
Hang on, guys, because they're talking in character. Sorry.
I don't know. Only one way to find out, and I'd rather not go down there, just the two of us.
We found a maintenance hatch.
Okay, so currently, hang on a second. So they're talking over the boxes. So for you guys, you're in the middle of the trade market. For you guys, it's because we had the time going through. It's just as you're stepping into Lily's building, to before you spoke to her. That for the time where we are, when you've just been boxed, saying what,
We found a maintenance hatch.
That's all you got. You got no
No,
context.
the
You've got-
second he says we, I'm turning it off.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we're about to literally go in the apartment, we wouldn't answer either because obviously we're.
Because
Yeah.
we
People
did.
would hear us, but
No, because we
That
did
means-
say no communication.
no, just to a minimum. So, like, as long as
Yeah,
we're
so
not
keep communication
responding,
to the
if we
minimum.
don't respond, people can't hear what's going on here because it'll be too quiet to actually hear that. I mean, I can't hear any of it anyway because my fucking.
I blame Merlan.
But
I blame Merlan.
you won't have to worry about turning it off because it will still be quiet enough that people shouldn't be able to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
get
it's
it.
just a quick
But
update
it's
of
society's
information.
fault.
That's fine. It's essentially don't be sat there having a chat like, oh yeah, we found this.
So what you're going to hear is you said, no context. You're just going to have we found some ventilation maintenance hatch.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just going to go.
Oblivious.
Well, yeah. No, well, it's not that we're oblivious. Just that obviously, if we're
No,
about
no.
to go in the apartment, we
No, no.
can't.
Me.
Oh, you. No.
Oblivious.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think we would answer. At
No.
least not at the moment.
Yeah, because our timeline is going to cross over in a bit. So.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so you've let them know. No one's responded to you.
No answer.
If we die in the future.
Nope. Which means everything's probably going okay.
Okay, so then you hear.
Or terribly. We won. I bet terribly. Well, depending on some of them.
You can hear scratching.
From down there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Rats in the walls.
Hello, me flavored water.
That's only the thing.
Right. I'm going to take out my shock ball,
Yeah,
turn it on,
yeah.
and poke it through the grate.
Okay.
Because the light from it should give me a little bit of light on the inside of the grate.
Okay, so what you can see as you've done that is you can see like the metal rungs that forms like a ladder going down.
Expression in the walls of my closet and my house. It comes awake.
Can I see anything else down there?
Control it.
You can try and look. Roll me one check. Flat.
Stick it in the water and electrocute yourself.
Ah, fake point.
Have you got a stab light you can use?
No. I've got the chem light, that's it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't give a lot of light. It's enough to
You
like
can
smoke.
direct it for 6 meters.
Yeah, it's a fair amount of light.
because it's either 3 meters in around, or you put it directional at 6 meters.
Oh, okay, so I'll do that.
Okay.
At least according to the stats I wrote down.
Okay, so you do directional, and then you've got like obviously like the like grate as well going down, and you can see that it's about
At the path.
it's about 5 meters down, and then at the bottom you've got like a tunnel and you've got water running through it. You can't seem to see where the sound is coming from. Somewhere in there.
No, so I think
You hear someone creepily playing an organ, you don't want to go down there.
You're asking what I don't want to say, aren't you?
Do 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 do.
Hello up there, please come in.
In the Garden of Eden.
We're doing like a little musical interlude while we wait.
Yeah, apparently this is our buffering music.
It's worth buffering music.
I think it's going to be a smoking break soon.
Yeah.
Honestly, what else you can do without a
At
cigarette?
worst, it's
No.
rats. No, at
funny.
best, it's rats. At worst,
They're
it's
rabbits.
something that's going to tear my head off my shoulders.
That's the worst case scenario.
That is the worst case scenario.
The Emperor could be down here. You don't know.
What is this? The Emperor's shit pipe?
Yeah, no, it's just like,
Blasphemy, that's
oh, really did not expect to see that down here.
The Emperor got flushed!
It's the Emperor's personal shit pipe. He happens to get off his golden throne, come all the way to fucking Koskala to shit in this one fucking pipe.
It's peaceful.
It's a Rick and Morty situation.
Excuse me, he's shy.
He likes the rats down here.
They speak to him.
Okay, yeah.
He's like a dog.
Right.
He's got just dominance.
So what are you guys doing? Would you like to take a think about
You're not
it?
going to say it, are you?
No, it's James Swallow. This is where he gets all his shit from.
Okay.
You son of
Yes,
James
I want to go
Swallow.
investigation.
Right.
No, I don't think we should.
Okay.
Even worse,
Partly
Stephen
because-
Cotto.
There's only 2 of us.
Right. So what are we doing?
Let's go look a little bit further down the tunnel.
Okay.
If we don't find anything of note,
Uh-huh.
let's go back. And then look the other way.
Okay.
By the archway.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
In the mountain. Secret tunnel. Avatar, Last Airbender.
So we'll keep going down the tunnel.
Okay, so you guys go back through and have a little wander around the tunnel.
Oh, sorry.
There are
Original series.
another service grate that you find, which is the same situation, but you don't find much else down there.
Can still hear noises coming from the grate.
Yep.
So,
Hooray! Okay.
Blow it up.
That's it.
Changes from a scratching just to.
Oh yeah.
you got on your rope?
Someone's turning tricks in
That's
there.
it.
Have you got on your rope?
No.
Or I think it was, you can't catch me.
You're never gonna catch me.
No,
It's
wait.
good to be back, America.
From the next grate, it's just like, hello, Georgie.
Hey there, Georgie boy.
So, do you have your service calling?
So like curry,
Yeah.
curry is
Can you
it?
send it down and have a look?
Hey there, Georgie boy.
What are you doing?
I'm sending my servo skull down in Scout Road.
Okay, so you can't fit down there with the service grate at the moment. You need to take off the service grate.
I don't think I'm sure enough to do that. Oh, God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any tools?
Pass by 1 degree.
Okay. So basically, you just
Right.
bang, you take it off. There's a bang that echoes through the tunnel.
Sato.
Yeah, so they said they were looking for missing persons in
Yeah.
this sewer.
Bang! And your cover's blown.
That's fine. And then you basically put it to one side.
We keep
There's
a low
space for
profile.
service.
We have a
stuff
cover
down
story
there.
there. A believable cover story.
If it gets broken, we're getting the
We
bill.
were vague.
Fine.
We were vague yet.
Only have to go
had
down there, have a quick look around, and come back up.
I'm holding your word on that.
Well, you're allowed down there for 5 minutes. That's it.
Yeah. I'll send Echo down.
What was that? What was
It's
that?
It never comes
What was that
back.
horror B movie? The Hole.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. That's gone.
No! Echo! It's fucked.
B.
Let's make it.
1001101.
Pay for your solar skull.
Let's make a night. You won't remember. That'll cost a bomb to fucking replace.
It's fine. Oh look, there is way down there. Oh,
Hey, Ambient Walrus, what are you doing here?
Um,
Come with me on an adventure you'll never remember.
What kind of servo skill do you have?
Was it the Auspex one?
Yes. Okay,
I
right.
have a better one.
So, sending the skill down. Okay, you've got a live stream on here, and basically you're going to send it to go down. How far are you wanting to send it?
Let's
So the
start
tunnel's
with-
about 5 meters down.
Okay.
Obviously, you're not going to send it into water.
No. So I'm going to start with about 3 meters down.
Yeah. And then you can go left or right.
I'll just get it to slowly 360.
Which one to spin there?
Yeah.
Right. So, looking through there, is it illuminating too?
Yeah.
So, looking down around, you can have an awareness check. You're looking over your shoulder at the screen. Okay. Both of you give me an awareness check +10 because you are looking through an image with a poor light source.
That's my 2.
2.
2.
2. Okay. So you're looking as it's spinning, trying to find something, and you catch a glimpse of what looks like a pale white skin of something. Now, this is not like pale skin like this. It's almost like albino white, and it's almost like the whole flesh of someone's albino back, like a white back.
Stop.
So, if you go back to look, you can roll me another awareness +20 because you're looking for something that's particular in this area.
Nope. 2 degrees.
What
No,
appeared?
1. Right. 1.
1. Okay. What appears to be one thing looks like a pile of a lot of things, all writhing together.
Does it look like a pile of lots of things stacked on top of each other, or a pile of things that have all joined into one?
A pile of lots of things stacked together, all moving around, like climbing over and clambering over each one. But this pile is like the size of this table bigger.
So, like a massive rat king?
Kinda.
Hello.
Hagworms. Yeah, hagfish.
Ugh.
Have you seen them?
No, yes.
That's the most recon witch rat.
That's what I mean, hagfish.
Glide closer?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just get a better look.
Okay, you glide closer to it. As it gets there, you can have another awareness check +14.
Oh!
Let's re-roll that.
Ah,
Pass.
Huh?
3 degrees.
Oh, nice. Worth it.
Plus 40, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
8 degrees.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's all of a sudden it's like, the glare. Wait, I see it now.
I thought I was going to put my eye out, but it's okay.
It appears to be vermin of some kind. Vile to look at, they appear to be almost skinless, their wet flesh glistening as they blend with unnatural neatness into their surroundings. It looks like the hundreds and hundreds of them are converging on what looks like left of a body as they're picking this body clean, and even going through the point of crunching through all of the bones.
It's like hagfish,
Yeah.
except for the crunching.
They're like they're little rats,
Oh, they're rats.
but they're pale white
So
rats.
you said like
Carrion rats.
yeah,
Scavengers.
Oh, maybe that boy's just like useful.
Spiders, sewer rats.
There won't be anything left by the time we come back later.
Well, they probably won't be
You're
eating
hearing-
anything.
You're hearing the crunching of bone. There's not going to be anything left in 20 seconds.
Unless it's
So
metallic,
from-
then they might not eat that.
So from the images, you would say there are maybe about 50 of these creatures. They're quite small.
Blast the planet!
They're size puny, so
So they're about that, all about that big.
yeah.
apparently. So
That's
I
your
know you said there's nothing left. Like they're chewing through bone now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on the body like clothing or
So
anything identifiable?
you
with?
at 8 degrees, didn't you?
Yeah.
So court basically. So think of it like you've got one pipe, right, which is the water's going down this way. Then you have a section going off, going deeper, and they're like on the intersection. Right. On the intersection, there's like a part where you've got like an over-the-shoulder bag is caught. So the bag is facing where the water is running, but it's caught, and all the rats are eating the body next to it.
Servo Skull's got little manipulator arms, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think your service can grab it and bring it back up?
Yeah, it's like, don't mind me, Mr. Rats, I'm just an innocent
Like,
servo
you're
skull.
using your body to worry about your servo skull.
Move, kill the lights, and grab the bag.
Okay. There you go.
No, kill the lights, move, grab bag.
Okay, so what I just sent you is your servo skill stats because it actually has stats. Yeah, no.
Bleep Lord.
Beep, more robot captain.
So he does have stealth,
Okay.
but you got to get 40 or above for it to be stealthy.
That's as good as my stealth.
It is small.
Agility's 30.
And it's small.
Yeah,
Talent's fearless.
agility
not afraid.
30 and silent move.
Stealth. Yeah, these are the ones I found with stealth, but yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice. Is that 2 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay, so it turns off its lights, it moves forward. You have nothing on your screen whatsoever because it's blackness, and you hear.
You just recall it then,
Yep.
Cool.
because it can.
Yep,
Yeah.
retrace the steps. Okay, so you wait in like tenseness, right, as it comes back up and it's holding like a leather bag with straps on it.
That's when
As
you
soon as
find
it
out
comes
it's
back
brought a rat,
Yeah.
not the bag.
Fuck this.
Fuck that.
Best service skull.
Sure wish we had some grenades right now.
What you didn't know.
He's
there's a
even
cat in
static.
that bag.
You get to Lily's apartment. So you get to the floor, or are you going to go like? When you get to the floor, give me an awareness check plus 30, please.
Cool.
I'll find a thing.
Yep. Well,
Yes, I passed by an entire degree.
2 degrees of success.
My God.
Ooh, a door.
Right. Yeah. 'Cause, see,
Yeah.
Are her back doors
We-
smashed in?
Yours will be.
Shut up, you Slaneshi bastard!
right. We need to find clues of to who or what smashed in here. Maybe there's footprints. Maybe there's signs of different tools being used.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was going to suggest
Yes.
if you didn't. So
Did they use toys to get inside?
Okay, so what you can see
Did they
is the door
smash
has
in
been
the front
utterly
door?
smashed in. It's been smashed off the hinges. The door is
Brute
lying
force.
flat. Just from like the distance before you get there, it's completely smashed.
yeah,
in.
so like it was kicked in or like
Is there?
something. so
Are
you
there
just
any?
smash it
Are
in.
there any? What looks like boot prints on the door?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, we know some humans did it, and that's a start.
Yeah.
Hang on. What's up?
I think we killed
He's
Cassius.
still broken from the whole backdoor incident.
Why is there a sock on the door handle?
Someone's crawled inside.
No.
Do you need a splunking kit in case they need to get out again?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have one of those.
Once I let my I let my padded jacket to Jake, but then I was at a disadvantage in a fight because there was a chink in my armour.
Oh.
And says no.
No, he can say that because you know I'm
Because
Chinese.
we're cool.
And
Yeah,
you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I had Chinese in-laws now removed.
Yes, it's true.
So anyway, the door's been kicked in.
They were my people.
Yeah,
They
it
were
does
my
look
homies.
kicked in. Right, I'm just
Oh, you're looking at me.
trying to find something.
Sorry, I thought you were.
That's why
I thought you were
we're
waiting
passing
on
the
us.
No, we're passing the time. talking about poop prints in a back, smashed in back door.
It's fine. So that's weird.
Okay.
This door appears to have a loading screen.
It is only
Why is it buffering?
It is fine.
Everything fucking buffers.
You know when you open a door in Skyrim and you've got to wait for the loading screen?
Fucking hard drives.
What?
Good old fucking location
Nice.
transitions.
Oh, we need an informative tooltip of some description.
You're a tool.
Did you know? There's-
Okay.
Did you know that playing alongside Merlan can be hazardous to your luck?
Yeah, it's very true actually.
Right, let's
Okay, so,
let's quickly search this place.
Okay, so you bang into the room. Okay? So, but you step into the room, sorry, 'cause the door is already smashed in.
Broken again.
The front door is smashed in. Painted on the wall in what looks like a dark red liquid is this symbol.
Oh,
Demonology.
that's new.
Unfortunately, as it's a symbol of chaos,
Oh.
it means you gain corruption points.
Oh no!
And I'm
Corruption.
not necessarily the only first.
joint
but yeah,
first.
Yeah,
So
joint
I
first.
was reading through this. Corruption points means that there's nothing you can roll against.
Yeah. So
gaining the
how?
corruption
So
points.
we get some corruption points.
So it's going to be 1d5.
Oh, that's a lot.
One for you, 5 for me.
No. Fuck.
No way!
Five.
It is!
Oh god!
I'm really sorry. I rolled really shit.
Okay, and how many do I get?
One.
2.
Tomorrow!
Yeah. 5 corruption. I feel the corruption.
The prophecy fulfills itself, Merlan.
This is here. So the corrupting taint of chaos is ever present in the galaxy. Even acolytes are not immune to its insidious touch. Encounters will leave a dark path, and even the knowledge of such things are possible are all paths to corruption.
Can I take a demonology check
You may.
to see if this is possibly part of some ritual they did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all of a sudden it's like, ugh. I feel weird. I feel all squiffy.
I know exactly what's going to happen. We can't figure out what it is. Let's get the brain person in
Here,
here.
look.
Spread the corruption.
No, I don't know. I fail by less than a degree.
Oh.
I like. So we're dealing with dark forces here.
I definitely felt something.
Did you feel something as you were banging into the smashed in front doors?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Can't stop the rubble on the outside.
She
Do you-
used the term, not me.
Do you think we should draw? We should draw it.
No, I know what it is. I think. Well, we can remember it.
And you don't have a data slate or anything to do that with.
Do not reproduce it.
Don't worry.
Do not reproduce.
That.
Don't worry. I just realised I
Right,
don't have anything
Right, so
to write it
so
on.
it's been scrawled.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's got like a series of symbols and
Okay, blame Topher. I just lost the game.
Ah.
Cool story, bro. Need more dragons and shit.
I mean, it was really naughty.
4 cardinal points of the primordial powers. Let's get out of here.
Alright, yeah.
Actually, right, let's quickly look around and get out of here.
Yeah. So, I'm going to look around
Keep
for,
staring at
you
it.
know, same as before, anything unusual. I'm assuming the place has been, like, tipped.
Yes.
Other than the symbol.
Is there anything unusual in here? I have no idea, mate, but that symbol looks kind of dodgy, but fuck it. I'm sure it's
That's
normal.
not unusual, not in Dark
Fine.
Heresy.
You look around the room. There doesn't appear to be anything out of place.
Let's go out of
Anything
here.
of value has been taken.
Let's get out of here. On the way to the statue, let's take a look at that at the Union on our way past.
Do you think we should just look in or actually go in?
I say let's assess the situation when we're there. We have to go past it anyway.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Don't like this place.
To the Union.
Yeah, to the Union. We've seen a symbol on the wall.
Hey, can we join your super secret club?
You guys are so good at this game.
How do you know about the super secret club? Oh, we just know.
It's smart.
Dave told me.
Fucking Dave!
He said we were cool.
Okay. So you guys step out of the building and go back around, and then you have to go past the Union. As you're going past, It doesn't look like many people are there at this moment in time.
What's that guy? Evan Z?
Hang on. It was Avard Z.
Oh, Avard Z.
Evard. It was an
Evard.
E.
I thought it was A.
Right.
So it's Evard.
Evard. Okay, sorry.
It's an E.
Okay, so is there are many people hanging around outside?
No, not really.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Let's pick someone who doesn't look massively threatening. You.
Just this little old lady. He's like,
That is
Hey.
not something I want to see.
Are you picking a male or a female?
Who looks like they're not too drunk?
I mean, it's first thing in the morning. Surely they shouldn't be
Well,
that drunk.
Don't underestimate
There are two men in a discussion outside.
okay, let's not interrupt their discussion.
And then there is a guy that looks a bit like Dreluk, the hostel owner. He's sort of there waiting like by the door, like.
Oh.
He's looking to score. Yes, leverage. Hey, you.
He turns around and stares at you open-eyed.
You seen that old soak Ivard Z round?
He looks almost like frozen, like wanting to answer you. As he's looking to answer you, he looks at the two men that are talking, as both of them stop the conversation to look at her, look at him, look at the two of you and gone,
What about Saul? You seen his friend Saul around?
do you want to give a scrutiny to that?
Yes.
Now I believe
I'm
him.
going to intimidate while he's scrutinising.
A scrutiny to plus 30.
Plus 30. Cool, so plus 10.
And intimidate.
Well, can't fucking hit for shit. No, I'm going to try. I'm going to spend my first fate
Nom,
point.
nom, nom. Speaking of nom-noms.
Yes. On the nose, actually.
Okay, so
Actually, I haven't used any fate yet. I'm going to fate to intimidate. Oh yeah!
now.
I'm intimidating.
Yes, on the
AF.
nose, so that is one degree.
Where is that old? Where is that drunkard Zed? We know he hangs around here.
And I'm still. He's lying.
Okay, so basically, he's lying. He also looks shit scared of one of those men.
One of those men.
Mm-hmm.
So the hostel owner looks shit scared of one of them.
He isn't the hostile owner.
He looks like it.
He's like a drug dealer like him, and he looks really
Right,
similar in
sorry,
demeanour
yeah.
as the hostile owner.
Okay. The two men having the discussion.
Yeah.
Do they look armed?
Yes.
Okay.
So very quickly, sorry. So you intimidated him
Yeah.
because you wanted an answer about Saul.
Yeah.
He said, so he's going to go, I know him. He drinks here sometimes. He is a really nice man. He works with the factory. He has come up with some, it looks like he's thinking for a second, increasing hardship, which is why he's no longer working. It's so rehearsed.
He owes our employer money.
So do I get a hint as to which bit he might be lying about, or just overall it just feels like lying?
He lied about the who, and then the way he's talking, it's almost like someone has gone, this is what you need
This
to
is
say
the
if someone
story.
asks you the question.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
It's well rehearsed.
It's well rehearsed. So you don't know which is a lie and what's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the way he talks.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say out loud, he's lying.
Right. As for
I'm gonna sort of keep an eye, on
Let's
the
smash
drug
his
dealer,
head and see
drug
what
dealer a little bit,
secrets
see what
fall
he's
out.
doing while this is going on.
the two people talking.
No, because you said one of the guys was scared of the drug dealer type person.
Yeah.
No. The drug dealer, the guy that you're talking to, is shit scared of
Right.
one of the two.
Sorry,
men
I got it
talking.
mixed up.
I'm getting the shit scared guy.
Yeah.
I'll give him 3 meal tickets. Might get lost.
And then he runs off.
Oh, good, I can afford you.
Well,
pounds.
As we
we're not going to be able to spend these anywhere else. So.
yeah, that's true. As we going to start to press the other guy.
With the two people talking.
Yeah.
So
Excuse me, gents.
officers, how can I help you? Says the first guy.
What fucking officers? We're just two people on a job for a client.
Interesting. That's nice.
You've seen that old drunkard Zed round anywhere?
It'd be nice if you see him. He owes me money.
What about Zed's friend Saul?
Be nice if I could see him. He owes me money.
Well, he owes our client money as well.
Well, I'm sure if we find him together, we can all get paid back.
I doubt it. I doubt he has enough to pay everyone.
I doubt it too.
When was the last time you saw, Everard or Saul?
When was the last time you saw Edard or Saul?
We haven't yet.
We
haven't yet.
Then how do you know who you're looking for?
We have our sources.
That's
we
nice.
We have picked captures of him. We know who we're looking for.
Well, good luck in your searches, gentlemen.
Used to drink here. Is anyone allowed to go in the union, or is it members only?
That depends. I can make a special occasion if you want.
So it is members only.
Well, it's my arms. If you want to go in, you're more than welcome to, gentlemen.
No, we don't want to cause any trouble.
I'm sure.
That's it. The sooner we find our man, the sooner we leave.
Absolutely. A lot of people are leaving town these days.
Yeah, we noticed. We'll come back.
I can see the cogs turning. I can see
Okay,
them
so-
turning.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
This seems like too much of a den of vipers for two of us to be going into.
If you really want to say something, tell him he has a nice package.
Not that.
So you like the look of his mouth.
You got a purty mouth.
You got a purty mouth.
Not put it to good use.
Although you better
Yeah.
have smashed your teeth in first.
Yeah, no, my brain's thinking when it's like, with that, it's like, no, probably a better idea to come back when we've got more of us.
Right. To the statue.
Yeah, the stat.
Okay, so the two of you were wandering around the trade market.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll probably bump into them.
Yep. I was going to go do a thing, but I will wait.
Mm-hmm.
So I've asked a lady for something. What I would like to do is roll an inquiry.
Yes.
To just generally ask around, ask a couple of general questions, maybe see if I can get a bit of information about Sykes and a few other things going around. Just
Okay, because you're basically spending some time making inquiries, right? It's going to give you a +20 because you're taking some time chatting around, asking people, because you've got time in between to sort of make some queries. So you're asking about Sykes and general information.
That would be a fail. However, for clues from the crowds, I get to re-roll one per day because it's from a group of people.
And that's 7 into a 10.
3 degrees.
Okay, so you were sort of asking about Sykes and general information, is that right?
Yeah, basically just to get a lay of what's going on, see if there's anything that I can hear or get an answer about that might suggest stuff going on, or...
Okay. See, so basically after a little bit of talking you get, there have been disappearances, vanishing, but people won't talk about it. Not outright, but everyone knows it's happening. At first people said it was just desertion, but people don't just up and leave in the middle of the night cycle. There's nowhere to go. The tunnel's shut off, you can walk for miles and miles and have no way out of here, and the last tram finishes an hour before the night cycle starts. See, some whisper it's those dregs that you see out in the abandoned stacks, or maybe that blade scum hanging around by the workers' union. But you don't see them too eager to run around in the dark either, Even the enforcers don't go out at night time.
Sort of, if this person's sort of giving a good amount of information, I'll sort of what can you tell me about the dregs?
The dregs.
Yeah.
Well, the dregs are the lowest of the low. You know, the addicts that get too past, the wasters, the ones that lose their minds, the disgusting mutants, or the lost existing scavengers that live on the fringes. They're normally filthy, ill-conditioned and diseased. They are disgusting and you wouldn't want them anywhere near you for fear of them infecting you with their corrupted nature.
Oh, of course not. And so while we're talking, I'll sort of slip a food voucher. Do you know anyone who might be more willing to talk about some of these weird things?
I don't know. There's only a few people around here willing to stand up for the good. Warden Loken always has that, and he cares about the people down here.
And I hear Sykes likes to talk a lot.
Oh, there's something crazy about Sykes. Somehow, he always knows a bit about everything. He's in the business of, well, anything, and he buys and sells information just as much as he'll buy and sell parts.
So yes, as I said, I'll pass over the meal ticket and say, thank you very much for a very interesting conversation.
You're welcome.
Sort of, after that sort of point, I think that's probably the main bulk of what we'll get, so we'll sort of start wandering towards the statue to
Do
near
you want to have an inquiry or look or chat to anyone?
I'll do another listen because I'm not talking.
Hello, tell me your information. I'm a good guy.
Pretty much.
intimidate. Tell me all your secrets!
Where is she?
Where's the drugs?
I could do that better.
Where is the drugs in my system?
We're going to say in my sister.
So could I.
Actually,
I'm actually really glad they didn't say in my cistern. Because it's like, oh, shitter drugs.
Well, no, I mean, giving stuff in the system in your toilet is a good place to hide things.
Yeah, but still.
Put it in a container.
Oh, God, lion!
Well, isn't that normally snorting coke off the cistern? Off the top of the
Or
cistern, yeah.
someone's boner.
Oh, man, that's a fucking baller move.
Power move.
Yeah, that's a fucking power move. Assert dominance.
Okay,
Anyway, for the Emperor.
ready?
That's some large dick spirit right there.
It's a big dick energy right there.
Okay, so you hear
That'd be
one of them
so
talking about these strange, unusual creatures that she's never seen before. She's talking about the black pit that warriors have. So, it's the black pit that warriors mean. It caved in during the big fires a year or so ago, way up on the north end of the division. It's empty up there now. There are no buildings and no inhabitable life, but it leads right down into the underhive, all the way down. That's where it's all coming from. The dregs, the vermin, and all this bad luck, all coming from that black pit like the breath of hell.
and all this bad luck sent mana and spirits down there?
Yep.
He's like the shit fifth chaos god.
Shipish. Okay. So yeah.
The Imperium shit is genie.
So, once I've heard that, I'm going to head back over.
Yeah, so that's probably roughly the sort of point I'm walking away from who I've been talking to.
And we'll start walking towards the...
Do you a recap?
Thanks.
Is it still warm?
Yep.
Yay.
As I'm stood there, still... Because you're used to me typing and shit now.
Oh, yeah.
You can see my hand is going. Yeah. Interesting.
Seems they have a very strong, solid ecosystem down here where they trade well for the things they need.
Okay. The two head toward the statue. Okay. So the two of you just close the grate. You get this information from the servo skull. Yeah. What you doing?
I'm going to take off my... So, what do you reckon? Open the bag here or open the back of the hostel?
I think it's best that we know what we're carrying, just in case it's a
Ah!
So, quickly open up the bag.
Okay.
Help pick through it.
It's
Okay.
good.
Just opens up the bag, just a face. Silence! I kill you!
Okay, so you look, you can see a
then we just
smashed,
get a-
waterlogged data slate. You can see, you know how our IDs, we have a symbol of the Inquisition that we have here with our ID badge
Yeah.
in there. A cognomen, Koglas cognomen disc, a piece of material, and hang on, I wrote it down.
A left nipple.
Was it
I would
so-
rather like you to pick up the phone because I fucking got
So you've got an injector.
Yep.
Do you know what a kill glyph is?
No.
Okay.
One of those.
I'll search for an explanation of it. A silver and iron finger ring.
Fancy motherfucker.
Yeah, an injector. A symbol of the Inquisition. The cognomen. And a smashed and waterlogged data slate.
Cool.
Oh, that's good.
And a kill glyph, but I will
Working with.
check.
So, I'll
See what a kill
I've seen
glyph
that.
is.
I'll close the bag.
Yeah,
I'll take off my Hiver coat,
yeah,
sling it over my shoulder, and put the coat back on top.
very sensible.
Soggy.
You're now the biscuit.
It's fine. I'm wearing enforcer carapace.
Moist.
Soggy.
Moist.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
It's dripping into your socks.
you've got a hump.
Oh, it's only a shoulder bag, so it's not going to be that big.
Moist sewer
You
bag.
really humped the bunk
Okay,
on that one.
So basically,
You
it's
know, Final Fantasy
when
one
the
by one.
Inquisition
It's
issues
only
a
tiny,
kill
not big.
order.
Mm.
It's known as a kill glyph.
Okay.
What it is, it looks
Death
like
warrant.
it's like a wanted poster. But what it has is basically you have it like almost like a token, and then you put it on a data slate, and then it shows you the wanted poster
Right.
instead of you carrying because they don't
Yeah.
have paper.
Okay.
It's a death warrant.
Oh,
It's a
boy.
death warrant, but what it has a symbol on it. So yeah, but they're called kill glyphs.
Nice.
It's 2 waterlogged currently.
We'll have to dry out.
They have to dry them out.
Okay. Do they have a hairdryer at the hotel?
Oh no.
Now, the thing is it depends if you're high enough rank because you might plug it in and it might not work because your ident is too low.
The worst thing I can do is try.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just giving you a warning.
Access denied.
Probably take
Behind
a long
it.
time, man.
Nothing else. Pull the
Right.
drive out of it.
Come back
Yeah,
later.
so
We're waiting for the. Yeah, so are we all going to meet at the?
Statue.
Yes, we're heading back to the statue already.
Yes, that's where you guys are going. Literally, I'm waiting for these guys to all be at the same
So-
point. So yeah.
Yeah, because I think we'll probably be the first ones actually
Maybe
physically
Maybe
there.
we'd be better off
Bit of
speaking.
an idea of what's going on
in somewhere
in
public.
the camera live.
Maybe we'd be less likely to be snooped on.
We knew that.
So what are you guys
Possibly.
doing?
So we're going to head out the tunnel,
Yeah.
and on the way out,
Mhm.
sort of go to the guy that's on the desk,
Mhm.
and so well, you know, that was going to be a waste of time, but you know, people getting desperate to have loved ones again.
It is what it is down here.
I'll sort of put some food tokens back on the little slip. Go, you know, thank you for your time.
And yours?
Flashing the cash, ruining the economy.
Could be worse. Could be flashing a gash.
And ruining the economy.
Yeah, that's a, thanks for your time. Trousers down.
Treat yourself.
Okay, so as you walk out, you see Alice and Harris are waiting by the statue.
When we're as we're walking away,
Mhm.
can I try and hear to see if he's calling anyone else?
Yeah. Give me an awareness check. Plus 20.
No.
You're gonna.
Can't hear anything.
You're gonna.
You think the coast is clear?
Do I want to use? That's one.
Do it.
Nah.
Do it.
Actually, wait. Do it.
Help him.
Oh,
That's
you
hot.
cocked it. Fuck's sake.
Can't even roll dice properly.
Yes.
God.
One pass.
Okay, so you hear like a and him going. Yeah, they've come out. Oh no, they didn't find anything. I didn't think so either. Nah, they didn't say anything to me.
Of course they didn't. It's fucking free food vouchers.
It's almost like we're on a bribe board and bribery gets you everywhere.
You didn't see that.
Or
You didn't see
Like that
anything.
didn't actually say anything to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So yes, you see the two of them sort of loitering by the statue for you.
Cool. Then we'll go and join them.
It's not like you turned around and went,
There was a party and a bag, but we stole
I
it.
think he got murdered.
"It's being
While we are stood around,
eaten, it was
can I
nasty."
Roll a medic
The rats
to
were all
see
like,
if I
nom,
reckon
nom,
that
nom,
this
nom, nom, nom. And I
recap is
was like,
actually okay to drink.
Why are you making numb noises?
Because they're talking about, you know,
Because
them saying that the rags were eating the body, and
they
it was
were
like,
always, "No,
no,
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 no."
no, no, no.
Is it flat or is
And
there
he said
any?
nothing because he was
is it not?
dead.
You
He
do
was
plus 20.
dead.
Yeah. You've probably recapped before, haven't you?
Yeah.
He dead. He dead. I think he means he
6
died.
degrees of
Yeah, he
It's fine,
died.
it's
No, he
rehab.
dead.
No, no worries. In that case, I will actually not worry about lifting the thing a bit and actually drinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll, I'll sort of give a little bit of a nod.
your body is actually using more energy to digest it.
It's alright. You know, like machine instant coffee. It's alright. It's coffee, but
It'll do the job when nothing else is around.
yeah, basically.
It's hospital coffee.
Oh god. It's barely coffee.
It's not that
So
bad.
machine coffee. Okay. Anyway, so from there, the two of you walk through the trade market. Because you're passing back through the trade market, you can roll an awareness to try and see if you hear anything.
Screw it, why not? Plus 20.
Last 20.
Oh yeah. Boy.
Oh!
One.
Everything.
20. Oh, number wank.
Yes, that's 4 degrees.
That's
of
number
success.
wank.
Wait, I rolled the 100 and he rolled the 1. Oh, fuck this.
It's all of a sudden, it's like, you over there, you have, prized
have
information.
Eyes of a hawk.
Okay, so what did you roll?
2 degrees of success.
So he can see the plot and I broke a fucking box caster. This is a horrible day.
I'm not trying to question it.
What you see, ever so briefly, is you look up and you see people sat around a table and you are not moving.
The wall is fucked.
And
Compare
then
your
it goes
lives to
back
mine.
normal.
Compare your life to mine, and then kill yourself.
Whoa. Okay. So you've got since the Combine sold off so many indentures and the blackout fires, this whole district's gone to ruin. Now I can barely feed my children, let alone do things. I don't know where I'd be without the almshouse some weeks. They always let you stay in credit, but they always collect their debts.
Oh, that's what you were thinking.
And then you here.
The arms house I want to check. You might have Saul might have like says a flop house. So you might have gone there.
I understand that the almshouse needs to keep itself going, but the fact is that they brought in this hatchet man, Luntz, as well as his cronies. I know that the enforcers keep them back, but I worry about what they do when they are used as foot soldiers to collect in people's money.
Lumps.
Lumps.
Yeah, the almshouse enforcer.
Yes.
So they are. Maybe it's like some sort of debtor's prison almost, a workhouse.
Arms for the poor.
There you go, love.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the six of you
Have
are
one
now
on me.
all together.
There's another faction at work here.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this so openly.
Where is safe to talk around here?
Back in our room.
I don't think so.
We've established we're able to keep an eye on whoever might be listening in the room.
Let's go back.
We're
Okay.
going for lunch.
Can all six of you roll me an awareness check plus 20, please?
Yeah, I've rolled my 1 now. I'm going to see nothing. Oh, maybe I will.
No, never mind.
3 degrees?
7 degrees.
1 degree.
Yeah, 3 of success.
Nope. 5 months failure.
Okay, so I need 3 degrees or more. He's got 3 degrees or more. So, yeah, okay, perfect. So, stepping out of the Enforcer's Station, which is where you are next to, are 2 men. One, both of them are dressed in dark blue outfits and things. One, so basically, an Enforcer doesn't have a rank or anything, they just have the colours of the planet. The other gentleman is wearing a dirty and dishevelled enforcer's flat coat. And he's got tarnished rank insignia on his left-hand side, which is where they show their rank.
Oh shit, for roses.
He's got a gun on his side. It's a sub-automatic, just because you know.
Oh god, it's an American Rosa.
Because you can see what they've got. Sorry.
I was going to say, might not be American.
They've also
Airport
got box
security.
casters. They've got respirator masks, which are here because they're not on currently. They've got hand lanterns on their right hand side. The one that's here, they're also carrying a stub automatic in it. So yeah. So basically, steps out, and they look like they are walking in your direction.
Hang on.
We hang on one moment because I don't want to talk to us. We don't want to get on the bad side of the enforcers.
Yeah.
So we'll hang on a moment.
I was about to do like some hand signals, and then you just went out. Better wait.
Just turn around.
I'm going to say to
Salutations.
everyone quickly, it's like, we've been as discussed, we've been conducting our inquiries based on the fact that we've been hired to extract a debt.
Wonder if it's worth asking.
So we're all
about
just so we're all on the same page here.
Okay, so as the two of them walk up, you can give a further awareness of scrutiny of the two's appearance as they've come forward, if you wish. You don't have to.
Any flat or
This one's a plus 20 because they're like right in front of you now.
2 degrees of success.
No, nothing for scrutiny.
Ooh.
3 degrees of success.
3, 4,
That is.
Oh, 20, that would be.
6. Shit. Okay, right, so not you,
No.
everybody else, but
2.
2. Okay. So I'll do basically. I'm going to give basic information and then it will go up.
Cool.
Okay. So the gentleman that's saying that that's got like insignia on him. He looks dishevelled. He's not cared for his uniform, but his insignia still remains prominent because that's part of the guard is to make sure your symbol's not tarnished or broken. That's the only part of his uniform that looks well cared for.
I reckon these coppers are bent.
He's got dark circles underneath his eyes and quite a pale complexion. So for those of you who had a higher than 4 degree roll, 4 degrees or higher, okay. So the other of the enforcer, he's wearing a dark blue enforcer's uniform, but underneath he's wearing a green-grey adept's robes, where you can see the bottom of it underneath the underneath the flat coat. It does have insignia on it. It's the insignia of scarab beetle with crossed flaming.
Oh, the Thanthilus.
Yeah. It's
There's that
that's
symbol
on the
again.
corner of the green-grey robes that he's wearing underneath his coat. The officer that's ranked does not have it underneath.
Can I roll a law of Hive World to know what the rank means he should be called?
Yeah, you can try. I just finished my description. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the distinct officer, he looks worn, battered, tired, and things. The other officer, who is a male, the one that doesn't have like a rank, he's just enforcer. He looks quite upbeat, very hardened, strong, awake, alert. Okay. Did you pass on any of this?
Yeah, 3 degrees high.
The officer that is ranked, he is displaying some of the other symptoms of some of the other people here who are drug addicted.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too surprised.
Yes, good.
Drugs everywhere.
Have they pretty much gotten to us at this point as well?
Yes, I'm just going to answer this and then I will want
Yeah.
to say something.
Take a nom.
No. I'm not doing.
That's more like it. I went from a 97 to a 5.
Yeah.
So I get
Very
it
good
as
use.
known, so that is 5 degrees of success.
Okay, so well, get to like look at some information that I searched up for you guys before.
That.
So this planet, the whole planet, which is the Hive Sibilis, which is the older city on Scintilla. Basically, the whole planet is run by the Administorium, the Magistorium. Manage. Oh my god.
Is it Administratum?
Well,
Or
yeah.
It sounds like
Ministorum?
Magistorium.
Magistorium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Which
sounds
is,
like Magistorium.
which is part of the Administorium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, that's the one that kind of runs all of it underneath the noble families. They're the ones that are always in wars with one another, which means that all of the enforcers are done through ranks of Administratum. So the problem is that so with the symbols he's got here, he's got the rank of Warden, which is also Captain, because he's in charge of an area, but his rank is also Captain, so it's both. Because he's
Captain.
Oh, no, he's Warden Captain.
Warden
Captain
Captain.
Warden, but most people would only refer him to the title which is currently prominent, so it would be Warden.
So as he's walking up, I'll sort of turn across and say, "Greetings. Who do we have the pleasure of addressing?"
You get quartermaster services.
He goes,
You just
it's
report
nice to
to
see the
quartermaster.
Co-Blast down here every so often. My name is Warden Loken. And yours?
I'm Tessa. We have, and I'll sort of gesture around.
Hallberg.
Gabriel.
Sorry?
Hallberg.
No, Gabriel.
Mary.
Evelyn.
Zero.
Actually, I was going to change. I think.
No changes.
No,
Jamesies.
you've told us 0, so that's
Zero.
what we're going with.
Well, I would say welcome to the underground, but unfortunately situations are as they are.
Of course.
My apologies for not checking in with you sooner, Warden. We wanted to get a feel for the land before we came and spoke with you.
Whatever you've been tasked with, if I can help in any way, I will. Do you want to roll any scrutiny or anything as he's talking? If anyone does, let me know.
Let's stratify him.
I'm not, based on the information
I
we
can't.
were told, because
Because I can.
because we've both been told that he's apparently trustworthy. He cares about.
Oh.
So
And we've
that's
been
why
told
I'm
Yeah,
that
I
he's a
re-
nice guy.
For the same reason, I'm not.
I wanganummed.
What?
I really don't trust him.
You
What?
really don't trust him.
Pass with 2 degrees.
You do trust him.
What's the scrutiny?
Okay, that's fine.
Certainly appreciate that. I've definitely heard some good things about you.
As have I.
Well, thank you. I do the best that I can in this situation. You know how it is. 15 more years down here.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I feel so rude as I turn to the other gentleman. We didn't catch your name.
He looks at the warden and goes, "Come now, lad. I know there's women here. No need to be shy. Or is there doubt?
Yes, tell
I'm
us names, wench.
Yes, he does have a name. He just doesn't quite remember it.
Who hasn't got their head covered?
Enforcer Landrich. He almost like is scowling at her for like asking that question, but it's quite obvious. It's basically like, and then the warden's like elbowed him, and he's like, well, look back down at the ground and then back up again.
Oh, we've had this.
Filth flows on these streets.
It is.
The darkness of people turn away from the Emperor's light and give into the darkness of their fears.
Wait. Sorry, I won't respond to that. I'm just looking for something very quickly.
Oh no, sidetrack!
I agree, Hobart. This place is turned away, and I think it's been in the dark for too long, and they don't understand the holy light that is the Emperor. That's why I and all of my men go to Templar every day as an example of why we are here and why we are looking after these people that don't even want our help.
It's a noble and worthwhile cause. It's a noble and worthwhile cause.
Very kind of you to say so. Now, unfortunately, I have duties to go. I've received a missing report this morning, and I need to go speak to the deceased wife.
Would there be
Wait a
time?
minute, you said missing.
Missing.
How do you know they're dead?
Missing always means dead around here.
Would you have a time that you might be available to see one or two of us maybe to have a discussion about, well, part of our business here, maybe.
Of course. Is there a particular place you would like to talk?
Wherever might be easiest for yourself.
There aren't exactly many highlight points around here.
No, of course.
I'm assuming you're staying in the hostel?
We are, yes.
Okay, let's have a look what we got. I'm more than happy to meet you in the Templum. I will be there at 7 o'clock this evening.
I'll be
if you
there.
wish.
Thank you,
I think
sir.
that would be a good place.
Okay, so as he talks about the hostel, the dude on his left gave a smirk at the word hostel. Is enough. See, I don't think you should roll when I think it's really obvious. But
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's that
It's
obvious.
one that, even a blind man could see.
But because the warden is talking and facing you guys, he's not looking here, so he's not noticed.
So I'm
Right, as he smirks, I'm going to smile.
I'm going to be very, very specific about this, but I'm going to say to the warden, may the Emperor keep you.
May the throne endeavour you on your mission. And they basically start walking off. Basically, they're going through all of the through 4 past 9, so they're going through all the trade market. And as they're walking, he's nodding to people and waving and inquiring and chatting to people as he's going through. And the guy next to him is just walking, not talking to anyone.
It's a shame, it's a shame that we're in a more public area, because I would have wanted to, say something to that guy.
I don't like them.
I think we should return and have some
lunch.
in the hostel.
Good idea.
And after what,
We'll have
after
some
what we
lunch.
witnessed, I need to purify myself.
I'll explain.
Found something fairly interesting down in
Let's
Where is it?
have some lunch.
Go and have
And
some
we'll
lunch.
have a chat about how our day has been so far.
Ixnay! On the fucking exposition stage!
So you guys all walk into the hostel.
Yeah.
the... Say out in the open.
Dude, where's my curtain?
So you walk into the hostel. Sitting behind the reception is the mute wife that you spoke to. Well, that you spoke to at there. As she comes in, she sort of waves at you and goes, and then she continues what she's doing.
Casual wave.
Go straight over to the elevator.
Elevatorium.
The elevator is on the ground floor.
Always seem to be on the same level.
Let's go and ensure that we eat.
Eat all in the same
Yeah,
confines. Yeah, sure.
So I'm gonna actually, as we're walking past, stop and say, would it be possible to get some food sent up to the room? Thank you. 6 minutes. Thank you very much. 6 portions, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, 6 minutes. Hours? Days?
I've had a slow cooking, but goddamn!
When we get to our room,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to.
I imagine you're pretty much going to strip off for
Well,
the...
yeah.
Which room are you going to? Just very quickly. Are you going to the room you slept in last night, which was your
Yes.
room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this time we should go in the furthest room. The one that we didn't spend the night in and the one we didn't...
Move the later body in.
Yeah, I think we should go to the furthest room this time.
That's fair.
Keep them guessing.
Yes.
On their toes.
So we get in. As we get in,
Yeah.
Okay. So you go and plug in your data slate plus 40 because you've done this security check twice now.
This is easy now.
Nice.
While he's doing that, I'll be stripping to my waist, prostrating myself, and we'll begin flagellation.
Okay.
In between and prayers. Prayers and flagellation.
You guys.
Okay then.
Maybe not you, but these guys are pretty used to this kind of stuff. Okay, maybe not you.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, what was it? We've witnessed you do it at least once now, haven't we?
Yeah,
I
you two
haven't.
have.
Yeah.
So Harris hasn't, and neither has Seth yet. So basically, you look at that and go, ha! And then plug in your data slate and zone out.
I know this is your way and it's your way of dealing, but can you in the bathroom, please?
As like flicks of blood are going.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. At least I'm just gonna go. I don't
Flash
think you
is
can interrupt
firing.
him. He's in the zone now.
Yeah, I'm saying my litanies and
Do you
prayers.
think? Yeah, no, literally, Karkov says that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
He's
mate, go.
extremely fervent in his faith.
If you could do it where I can't see, that would be lovely.
Agreed.
I don't. Yeah. I suggest not looking.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of. I'm not ashamed.
Of my penance.
Yeah.
No, but I don't
My-
want to see it.
Everyone knows.
Oh no, go ahead.
Do you fear to look at redemption?
No, I just find it disgusting. The blood and guts, and I'm used to data slates and knowledge and not ripping a flesh.
Martyr's blood
You know.
is the life force of the Imperium.
That may be so for you, but for me, it's the paperwork and everything behind it. We view things very differently, and I'd rather not view your side at the moment. Thank you very much.
Can we go back? Get it. Get it. Get it.
Just
Get your hand in.
there we go.
Would you like to go over?
Fine,
What's around? You go. Come on.
I'll finish my administration later.
Thank you.
But after what I've witnessed today, I'm in need of cleansing.
I understand that, and I merely asked if you could do it where I couldn't
I
see.
don't think you understand what we've seen.
I don't, because we haven't had a chance to talk about it.
Okay, so at that, Cersei goes, got it.
And now we can talk.
Okay.
Delicious. Good. There you go. Have some delicious fate points.
Who
now.
should start? Because I get the
What's
feeling
that?
we've all found some information.
Well,
I feel like
let's
yours
start
would be
with
the
you.
Now,
best to start
well,
with.
before you start talking as a group, if you want to take notes, this is probably a good time to do that. We've had a lot of names of information here, so
Yeah.
anyone want a piece of paper or anything before we keep going?
I've got some little scribbles.
We need a wall of crazy.
What, sorry?
We need a wall of crazy.
We need like a fucking corkboard
No,
with
no,
pins
Yeah,
and string.
with all the red string between all the.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
That's fine. We'll get that.
Lucy's got yarn.
And this person is getting riled by this person.
And
Okay.
this person had their door smashed in.
I'm more than happy because you know the information. If you need to check information, check
Yeah.
with me. More than happy to help clarify points.
We
Okay.
spoke to Saul's sister.
Lily.
She thinks people are after her. So,
She's leaving tonight, from the sounds of things.
she gave us some. She gave us some leads. A friend of her brother's, Zed. We went looking for him at the Union.
Zed?
Evard Zed.
But with what we found in her apartment, she said someone had broken into her apartment. That's why she was staying in her brother's.
Okay.
There was
Yeah, I
Fouls.
shudder.
foul sigil daubed on the wall in what I assume was blood.
Took one look at it and sent more than chills.
The 8-pointed star, the ruinous of the powers of the warp. I don't know what it meant.
No idea. We had a quick look around to see if we could
What
find
am I
anything else
missing?
and left.
As I have drawn a 8-pointed star. What am I missing?
Slap your hand away.
Yeah.
It's a data slate, it isn't a toy.
There are. I don't know how much.
You said-
might, well, yeah, I don't know how much forbidden law everyone would have, but to say,
Did you?
those that worship the powers within the warp, they rally round such a symbol.
Hang on. Okay. So what forbidden laws have you got?
No.
Okay. No. Any forbidden laws, Leon?
Forbidden law. No. I ain't got shit.
Yeah, because I was gonna. Yeah, because I was gonna say.
Demonology.
Did
And I've got Inquisition.
yeah,
So
did you know? Because you mentioned something
Symbol of
about
great enemy.
chaos. Would he have known that? Like if it was chaos, he just doesn't know what it is.
No, not really. Like
Yeah, okay.
what Barker said is perfectly adequate. You don't know what it is.
No, that's
It's
what
far too low.
I know it's bad.
It's bad, okay.
I know it's bad.
Bad.
Such a symbol to use because we were dealing with we are dealing with another distinct dangerous group.
Yeah, and we've heard lots, about the Union. Apparently, several people seem to think, they're scum or something to that degree.
Heard that, Tim.
Yeah, plenty of whisperings about how it's a bad place.
I think oh yes, the drugs.
Ah.
Our friend, yes, our Saul. he seemed he was on the black spiral, same as a lot of people are around here.
I pull out the vial.
So you've seen this vial. This is the exact vial that you saw.
Oh, the one downstairs.
Yeah.
The
The one that you took, the syringe.
The manager downstairs said that he could put me in contact with a dealer to buy
Table
some.
or something.
He's got some in his drawer downstairs.
Yes, no, dealer.
Is that syringe that you gave me?
No,
Right, there's no point in
We
checking
know
it
what
then.
it
It
is
is
now.
that stuff.
we don't know, but we don't want the drugs. But if we had contact with a dealer, then that may give us inroads to where this is coming from.
It's probably coming from the what was the name of the
The union.
union.
Very
It would
likely.
be a
We have
safe bet.
heard that they're not very pleasant folk.
No,
Yeah,
they didn't.
there's-
We spoke to two of them. They didn't seem it.
There was a lot of whisperings about the union being bad. Some of the people we spoke to mentioned the name Loken, the warden, and they did mention that he is a good person who looks after the people.
That's what the sister said. They said she cares. In fact, when we were inquiring about her brother, she was mentioned that he was actually angry. Angry about him being missing. Almost seemed frightened for him.
Yeah, I think he's probably caught in the middle of this, but he's trying to help as best he can. I also feel like not all of his officers follow his respectful conduct.
No, things are falling apart at every level on this in this neighbourhood.
I personally don't trust even the officer he was with. What did you say his name was?
Landrick, he's probably going to try and come here and kill us tonight.
He has.
Let him come.
Yeah, let him try.
He has signs of addiction, so I think
Oh,
he's
was
on
it
these drugs
Landrick
as
or
well.
the warden that
Landrick.
had sign of addiction?
Landrick.
I thought it was the warden that had signs of addiction.
It's the
Mate.
warden that's got signs
Oh,
of addiction.
sorry. Apologies.
Yeah.
Not as bad
Okay.
as the other people. So consider it, you've got the difference between someone that does like heroin to somebody that like smokes weed or like the in between.
Everyone's on something trying to cope down here.
but not like horrific addiction level like
Okay,
a
sorry.
hostel
But
owner.
Landrick was fresh-faced
So,
and
so-
raring to go as they never touched the stuff.
So let me rephrase that then, because I misheard that.
That's fine.
Warden Loken does have minor signs of addiction of something,
Mm.
which I suppose makes sense. The other guy, being fresher, he might be a little bit more in the know about what's going on with the drugs. I have the feeling the drugs are a way to control people here.
Probably.
Probably.
If everybody's hooked, they've got to go to one person for it. That person's in charge of everything.
So we heard a little bit about the night cycle as well. Apparently, during the night cycle is where a lot of people disappear. Originally, and by the sounds of the official things, is people are leaving and deserting. The desertion is the common factor. However, there's no way to leave here at night. As we're aware,
Oh, unless they go down the black pit.
get to that in a moment. That the gate near the hostel is closed at night. The last train
Tram.
out of here is before the night cycle
An hour
starts.
before.
The exit's barred up as well, the exit tunnel.
The only time a lot of these people go missing is at night, where there is nowhere to go.
When the creatures turn up.
Yeah, we heard a little bit about that. Apparently, there's been disappearances going on for a good year. What was it? Did you hear something more in the crowds about what supposedly is in the night?
Dregs is what we were told.
Yeah, I heard the name
Narco
Dregs.
gangs.
No, yeah,
Mutants, addicts.
carrion rats.
Creatures. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, just generally things that
Red-eyed monsters in the darkness.
the unknowns that any emperor-fearing subject would not want to deal with.
Speaking of, so I'll take off my coat and sling the bag off my shoulder. So we can
presents.
put it on the vent. It's like we went looking through the exit tunnel into one of the maintenance hatches, and
You can show a picture of your day slavers.
sent the drone down. Found a massive rat swarming a body, and this bag was above it. I went to a quick look through it. It's one of the Inquisitional agents.
Oh,
Don't use that term anymore, just to be safe. Just refer to them as co-blasts.
The symbol that you're seeing is basically a picture of like about 50 mutated rats that are like pale and got no fur on them and red eyes, and they're all munching on a body.
I'll be your rat king.
Can I, even though it may not be the most applicable skill, I suppose, can I roll a Medicae to try and tell whether those rats are naturally mutated or unnaturally
I mean,
mutated?
it's like a naturally mutated because it's a hive city.
Still worth.
Yeah, you give it a go, but it's flat.
Yeah.
So the unnaturally mutated off the industrial runoff.
Oh!
Fucking one.
Bang!
6 degrees of success with a natural 1.
Oh, you know.
Oh, you damn no.
Right, so I'm gonna give you 2 pieces of information at once, right? Because it's kind of relevant.
Yep.
So these are vapor rats. So solitary scavengers and carrion eaters. These mutated vermin can prove dangerously unwary. The taste of blood can drive them into a feeding frenzy, and they readily kill and eat their own kind. These rats mutate by eating mutated. So they feed on the mutated flesh of things, and then they mutate. If they were just feeding on drags and stuff like that, it would be fine. But you need the actual mutation flesh to cause the mutating on them.
So it needs to be more than just some normal drag. It needs to be more mutated for it to be this mutated.
Well,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot of mutants around.
So you've got the same thing. So there are normally some small ones or different kinds of ones.
The
This level
C1
of
at this level is
means that they've been chomping through mutation, but what it really means is their mother was mutated from eating mutants, and their mother was mutant from eating mutants, and
Yeah.
they're
It's
20.
many generations of mutation.
Mutation
general
section.
mutation from hell.
Was there any other
Sounds like all
information gleaned from that, or was that pretty much the main bulk of that?
yeah, and between 50 of them, let's see, so you got the same thing, so with the size of their teeth and the rest of them, they, like the whole theory about how fast the pigs can eat a body, these rats could go for a body in, how long's a round?
I
I think it's 6 seconds, 10 seconds.
It's
Yeah.
not long.
Yeah.
So basically they could devour a whole an adult human in a couple of minutes. It's disgusting how fast they can eat someone, bones and all.
well.
So that,
Okay.
that body may
That-
not be
yeah.
that long.
They can, with the rats as mutated as they are, not only do they have to be eating some seriously mutated stuff, not just normal dregs, but seriously mutated stuff, they can eat through a body in roughly 2 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
So
And it also means that
Completely.
its brood mother was a mutant and their brood mother was a mutant. So this is many generations of mutated rats.
It's an industrial
Yeah,
area,
I'll
so
have
there's been
loads
lots
of
of
theory about
there's
how
lots of
people
probably
do
lots of
it.
industrial runoff that has caused
No,
mutations.
but-
it's going to be more than just basic mutations from
Yeah.
runoff.
normal mutations wouldn't produce rats of this size and potency, shall we use the term.
Good
That
shout.
that body, if they were in a feeding frenzy like that, it has been minutes since the body was put there at most.
All these minutes until they found it.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't imagine they'd have taken long to
You've
find
shown
it.
us the bag with the stuff in
well.
it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be able to tell how waterlogged the data slate is just by having a look at it? The longer it's been under, the more water is going to be in its system.
Well, I wanted to wait until I could actually get somewhere where I can actually properly take it and analyse it.
Makes sense.
Do I get any pluses out of those?
What are you trying to tech use to look at it? Plus 10. That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
2 degrees of success.
Okay, and you wanted to check how long it's been damaged, or how
Yeah.
damaged is it, or what are you trying to?
Trying to figure out how long it's not been operational.
Like how long it would have been underwater to be that bad, sort of thing.
Let's see. So normally a data underwater has got a certain level of water protectionness. I mean,
Yeah.
places we go in the universe. But this has been like taking a really hard crack. Not just like dropping a data slate, like someone's got it and then like a whole body weight slammed into something hard and then it's got waterlogged.
Most logical things, like someone might have cracked it over their knee and stuck it back in the bag type thing.
Or the bag was on your hip and then you've landed on a hard surface with your body weight against it.
Yeah, I was going to say body landing on it maybe.
Or something like that.
Like someone was thrown down a shaft.
Little shaft.
Yeah.
And then it's been waterlogged. Problem is with the cracks in it, as soon as it hits the water, minutes, because it's so cracked and then waterlogged.
Any signs of rust?
No, so not been that long.
Okay.
So it probably has been in that condition for 24 to 48 hours, maybe longer.
I'd say a day or two, maybe a bit longer, but there's no signs of rust, so it hasn't been there for a long time.
Less than a week.
Less than a week, because you haven't got too much damage here on the tracers.
Is anything about that anything that you might be able to salvage something off of? Any memory chips intact that you can dry off and try?
Security for very
It's
good.
possible.
And maybe even this.
Have it on Rishi.
Fate point.
Yeah, fate point.
Yay! Nice.
Way better. Are any closest, not least?
I think what I'm going to do,
Sorry, 10.
Cool. So
I'm going to set up a drug deal with the manager.
Mm.
Let's, if someone else observes or is with me, we'll see the drug dealer, and that'll give us an idea of maybe where they're from.
Want me a D5?
With you two already kicking down doors in a more hostile manner, I think it should be the two of you.
Okay.
Still based on.
We don't want them to think it's a sting.
Okay.
No, but if it's the two of you going around being more hostile than the rest of us, again,
Okay.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I rolled for that.
Might also drive people who don't want to deal with you to talk to us.
Then roll me a percentage.
That's that as well.
Just tell me what you get.
not yawn.
Okay. That's when I rolled an 18. Okay, it'll take you about an hour. But you can, so I'll take my result instead of your result, because if not, it's only 11%. You said 91, didn't you?
Yeah.
So 9%, no. So I'll take my result. So you can take about 18% you think you can recover from this, but it's going to take you a flat out hour of working.
Okay. I can probably get about just under a fifth of the data, but it's going to take me a while. This is pretty badly damaged, and I don't even have a heat gun.
What's the rough time when you say a while?
60 cycles.
About an hour.
Mhm.
I think we can probably wait an hour. Besides which, I think we need to have a look at this map.
I'd say the last,
Long.
the more recent
Oh,
data is going
yes,
to be more relevant to us.
Yeah, I'll try and start at the end of Time Flash.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because I do want to listen, so would you mind if I have one of you talking at once so I can listen? Yeah, right. So you said the pit.
I went,
Okay.
yes, the pit. I overheard a lady talking. Very lovely lady. Not very quiet. It's brilliant. Saying that in the northern division, there's been a giant hole they've dubbed the Black Pit, where some of the stacks were burnt.
And the Reinhold fires.
The Reinhold fires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've heard the term before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Which
Reinhold
way
fires.
is north? Is it literally like up on the map is north?
Yes, up is north.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It apparently leads all the way down to the Underhive.
Oh.
That's possibly where all of the creatures and things have been coming from.
Oh.
That's their speculation, at least.
When
Wait,
we
how
were
are you looking at
outside.
that? Because that side thought ahead. So that's north. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
Because
That's
you look
north.
where the page is.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
north.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So
Apologies.
that's
I was just
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That changes things slightly from what I was saying there.
There we go.
Okay.
Draw a compass. Because I do it that way because it's easier to read.
Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense. But it's just the way that the
Yeah.
page is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's past the aqueduct.
Yes.
Up that way. Cool.
North.
Yeah.
South.
She called it hell. Which is quite ironic.
Well, the typical fearings of those who don't know.
So nobody enjoys Soviet Womble.
I forgot about that.
So
Never eat shredded wheat, but I'm going to eat a shreddy.
I did get a couple of people mention named sites. There's a reclamation yard, which is
Just around the corner
sites.
from here, actually.
So none of those landmarks are marked on your map. These are
right.
these are just stuff that are marked for ease of having a conversation.
I
But
think
Right.
Yeah, there was a reclamation yard mentioned that there's a man named Sykes who apparently always seems to know a little bit about everything. It's apparently unnerving, but it sounds like he would be a really good source of information. We may want to have a few words with him, even if it might seem like rambling. Something might strike a chord with what we're looking for.
Possibly.
I think we should travel together now when leaving the hostel. Doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if we attract attention. People are watching us everywhere we go anyway.
Oh, I just remember. No, sorry.
Travel in a loose group, all within sight of each other.
I still think that you two should remain separate, because if you're being the big, not obeying everything to exact letter, it's going to make everyone seem like we are as well.
Very well, but I think we should have other people nearby when we're conducting.
If you're looking to conduct a shady drug deal, you may not be able to have more than the two of you go in.
Not for the deal. I mean, when we go and investigate outside.
Because I just remember there was talks about an arms house.
The arms house, yes.
Which there's, was it Hatchet Man? Lumps and some cronies. Apparently, they end up collecting debts, and they're not well liked.
The arms house meant to help the poor. This doesn't bode well.
Because
Lunts,
yeah, that's the name I heard.
I have a question for you two, because this may be somewhat relevant. When you went down the passageway, so I take it that's number 7 on the map. That's the one here, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you know roughly how far along you went?
A couple of 100 metres.
Okay, so would I guess it's about there?
We went past 2 maintenance hatches.
Okay, when you were looking and you found the body, what direction was the water going? If you look at the map, which way was the water going?
So that way. So up north. Well, northwest.
Yeah, northwest.
Okay. Which way did the tunnel itself would have been coming from this sort of direction?
Oh, I thought they went down through the archway.
No. That was the other side they were going to check after.
Oh, okay.
We clarified this before.
So effectively, the water would have been roughly doing that.
Yes.
Right. So there is a possibility that it sounds like the body was dropped and it fell onto that data slate, it may have been dropped from somewhere along the line, roughly
Washed
there.
down.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is sort of a bit of a DM thing as well, if they can sort of basically roughly have the pen as to where the tunnel was.
Yeah, so you've got it, so like, say if you've got 3 passing through 6 to 7, like just before 7. Yeah, like that.
Okay. Okay, so it's not quite over the... Yeah, so the hostel's not quite over that, but there isn't anywhere that really intersects. So then during the night... What is number 3? Or is that just marking the statue?
That's the statue,
Yeah.
6 is the
it's
hostel.
just the square.
Yeah. What we may want to do is look and see if there is any hole large enough for a body outside that could have been lifted in the dead of night when no one was around.
Unless they had access to the tunnel and could go through it whenever they wished.
Oh.
Which means the enforcers.
But we already know
Course,
that the hostel goes down further than it seems.
Much further.
So it
Okay,
could
so
go-
This
it
is
could
new
go further
information
along
for
as
you
well.
two, by the way.
Yeah, it's like wait, it does.
Oh, I pulled the schematic.
What you can see is a schematic of like the 7 floors. Then he's got like a dot that's just appearing underneath it with no new schematic going down.
So
Zero.
There's floor -5.
secret
He's helpfully
floors.
told us that that's where the control room is.
Oh. So finding who's been spying on us isn't going to be easy.
I have a feeling we're going to have to
How
get
wide
this centre.
was the area where you found the body and the rats?
About a service skull wide.
No, it would have been more than that. So it's a maintenance hatch.
Think like a proper sewer, because
Oh,
they were on the side of it and the service gull was just down there.
So
if you had stood in it, like which one of you's quite tall? You're quite tall, aren't you?
Well, I think
No,
we're
I'm
both
sure.
quite tall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you would still have like room above you and like a proper like because there are also storm drains, sewage drains. And
So they're at least they're over 6 foot,
Yeah.
6 foot high. Yeah.
It's probably I'd guess about enough for 3 to 4 people side by side to stand in there. Cause
Yeah, 'cause
again, sewers are quite big.
they're huge.
At that point, it would pass under the hostel.
However, the actual exit tunnel itself is large enough for 2 macro loaders side by side.
I
they're
suppose
fairly big, aren't they?
I suppose it is possible that there are more of the enforcers on the payroll, so that means we have to be careful about which enforcers we talk to and which we don't. I have the feeling that the warden isn't involved, but it sounds like a lot of his enforcers might be on the payroll.
But these
I have a feeling it will be difficult to get him away from anybody else.
Don't forget the mission, though. You'd find out who's peddling these biogenetic organs.
So here's the thing: we've got a lot of people running around addicted to these drugs. Some of the mutants had signs of drug use as well, didn't they? Yeah.
And surgery.
One of these mutants had particularly obvious signs of surgery and an EMP bomb implanted in him. I think whoever's peddling the drugs may have something to do with what else is going on. The other chance is I think some of these enforcers might have some of this work done as well.
And I'll set up the deal. Then we have a dealer that gives us a trail.
I prepared explosive junkies this morning.
But also we have
There was 2 checkpoints on the exit tunnel. I had to show my ID to get past one of them.
What, enforcers?
Cobus.
I suppose that would make sense because entries and exits to here are somewhat regulated.
But on the way in, I heard him calling someone saying that the Cobus were poking around.
Okay, from now on, if anyone needs to go in there, you need to be with them and you need to be the one to show them your ID.
Makes sense.
But generally, if even our lines of inquiry, if going after Saul, we may have to speak to Warden Loken as well, as he may know something. And also, the Templum has been mentioned at least once.
Yes, I'll go there this evening with you.
Yeah.
And Landich had something of a smirk on his face when we mentioned that we were staying in the hostel.
That's why I said he's probably going to try and kill us here tonight.
I don't think it's him.
I think he knows that something will happen here.
I think if he's smirking like that, it's probably not him. I think he knows there's something going on here. He probably knows what's going on in here.
Did anyone else catch his robes under the armour?
Yeah.
No.
It had that symbol you drew yesterday.
The Tantalus symbol had it underneath his armour.
Is that the
That's the scarab.
Who drew it?
Yeah.
You showed
We-
it.
we saw.
I'd bring back up
Was
the
it a
scarab.
statue we saw?
No, it's carving.
No,
Yeah.
carving.
I'd bring back up the data slate with the drawing of the scarab with the...
Yeah, no, I was just asking. So it was a statue, so it was a carving in the house.
Was it
when we
just
went to go-
him?
the Habstack, sorry, when we went to
That's
see the
all I can
sister.
see.
One wasn't wearing it.
Okay, if the warden wasn't wearing it, that would suggest that anyone... So that's the Tantalus Combine symbol. Anyone who has or is wearing Tantalus Combine symbol, it sounds to me like they may be involved with this, which is, by
They
the
are,
looks of things, a
they
lot
are
of
the
people
power
here.
in the area.
I think there's more to it than just being the power in the area. They're the ones who are slowly taking the planet over.
Yes,
No, they're the ones that did own this
Oh, they
planet,
did own the
and then
planet.
they are slowly losing this planet.
So
don't they only have like
They
You
could
know,
be getting, or they could be getting desperate to
10%
hold on to
left.
what little they have.
of their holdings?
So they're going down other avenues to hold on to.
Right.
yeah, I think they might be trying to
Yes.
hold on to power.
They only have about 10% left of ownership of this planet.
And they don't want to lose that. In fact, they want to try and probably... Do you think they might be trying to make the place less desirable
Go on.
to a degree, to make it easier to get back before...
Or poison the well, you mean?
Yeah.
Poison the
That would
well,
make
let loose
sense.
the monsters.
I'm not know. How long have we been talking?
In a couple of minutes.
Only a couple of minutes, okay.
Yeah, probably no
I was
more
gonna
than
say,
about 10
we're
minutes.
talking a lot longer than that, so didn't you ask for lunch to be brought up?
We're just gonna make the lunch, bring the lunch up, come up the elevator. Jesus, give us a moment.
I know,
Yeah.
it's taking longer than it should.
Oh no, you guys weren't
It's
even
one of
talking.
those of, have we been talking for, 45 minutes and the food still ain't here yet? Because at that
She
point...
stood in the corner of
um,
the room watching.
It's home stew, not Burger King.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I can't say about that because you haven't told me about that.
So,
Fuck.
I think we all need to speak to Warden Loken, but with all due respect, you seem a little hostile about him.
Don't trust him.
So I think you should probably let some of us speak to him more, because I'm not sure why you don't trust him, but I think he's probably more honourable than a lot of the people down here.
He seems on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why you would be mistrusting of
Fine.
people in general.
I'll dwell down in the muck and meet our drug dealer friend, whoever that turns out to be.
Okay. And with that, you hear a knock on the door. Okay, and we're going to stop the session there.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
No. Hand on gun.
So as the door gets knocked on, it's like pick up coat, throw it over the bag.
yeah, no, it's like
Yeah,
knock, knock, knock. We don't want no
Just for
drugs.
thinking, I don't think you fully took anything apart from the data out of the bag, did you? Did you describe what was in there? Because I didn't hear it.
Basically, I put the bag on the thing and opened it and pulled stuff out.
Yes.
Oh, so you haven't properly gone through what's in
No,
That's
not
fine.
yet.
That's fine.
Dumped the bag.
It's been jumped, not rifled through.
You emptied your sack upon the floor.
On the bed.
You dirty bastard.
Dirty bastard.
Cool, okay, lovely.
And the little vial is on table.
Yes. So next I'll speak to the manager and I'll see if he can get me a deal with his dealer. A meeting with his dealer.
Gotcha.
Who do you mean by the
Well,
manager, by the way? Just
Sorry.
very quickly.
Sorry, the man on the front desk.
The receptionist.
Oh, receptionist.
Oh!
So I got yeah. Sorry,
Trailer.
it's
He's
more-
the
it's
hostel
like-
hostel owner.
The
Yeah.
hostile owner.
He's on the front desk because of the manager. He's the first person we saw.
Draylock, yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine.
because he said he could get me a
Yeah.
put in contact with the
Hook me
dealer.
up.
He hooked me up because I showed him that I got stuff